Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him actually, he was crying there. You were saying that Briggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
BoxingVoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew he was touching and taking those punches.
Productions.
Making women gestures like,
Let's go, champ. This is the champ. Keep sharing the champ. With the fake champ. With Alex Riley. Let's go. BoxingVoice.com. I'm a team like he's a C-plus fighter. I'm a dominate, I'm a dog-fish fighter. I'm talking about punishment. We're going to punish you for 12 rounds. Either the referee says you had enough, or you can say you had enough, or you can stay your ass there all night until you ain't had enough. I feel I'm the best in the sport, and to be the best, you got to beat the best. And all I did was beat opponents. I worked my way from the
To be the best, you got to beat the best. We don't see nobody doing that. Can't nobody beat TBV. This is what, our third episode today? Who the hell knows? We're going live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're talking boxing around these parts. Manny Pacquiao. He's going to be taking on an unknown foe. You know, I don't know if anyone is really interested in this guy, but we will find out. We'll give you all the details, you know, and get into it for sure. Manny Pacquiao seems to be headed to the land down under. Seems to be possibly having a fight with one Jeff Horn from Brisbane, Australia. So without any further ado, let's hurry up and get to all our hosts because this is sexy topic. Not only that, but we have a lot, you know, nice little matchup between Marcus Browne, the light heavyweight. Didn't look so great in his last fight versus Hot Rod, but he's going to be taking on Top Dog. We've seen how good he was. Now, we all know that MD doesn't think highly of him, but we've seen how good he was with the Adrian Rodriguez fight, and even Adonis Stevens, he gave it his all. Marco Huck. You know, around here, we usually don't talk about Marco Huck, but as of late, the last couple of years, he's been on our TV. We've been having to watch him. We watched him fight Cunningham, then Glowacki. And just a little while ago, I think he fought someone else to get himself back in the win column. And here he is in a WBC mandatory with Matt. Help me out. What's this guy's name? Mairis Briedis or something like that? Mairis Briedis?
Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough.
Well, there you go. You know, I know people been calling us and emailing and tweeting and, hey, when are you going to talk about this guy? Well, his time has come. Speaking of times coming, the old Andre Ward, SOG, is saying that maybe his time has come, that he's done all that he needs to do in the sport of boxing after beating Kovalev and, you know, being the crowned champion of the Super Six. Maybe he might just kick back his feet and retire undefeated as a pound-for-pound king. But then there's also some other headlines, him talking how there's no way that Kovalev won that fight by 3 rounds, 4 rounds, or even 5 rounds. And yeah, you know, you don't have to, you know, rub your eye or anything. That's what you see there. It's Chris Browne and Soulja Boy. Yes, we're gonna discuss the Chris Browne and Soulja Boy fiasco going through, you know, all the urban community and boxing community. The only reason that we're even talking about it is because one Adrian Broner is said to be promoting this in March. Then 50 Cent, who's still technically a promoter because you know that James Kirkland's in a fight with Miguel Cotto, is also involved in this. He's looking to put 100,000 on Chris Browne. Yes, and the reason he said he wants to put it on anyway, you know, we'll give you all those details later. At this time, we're gonna go to our co-host because I was getting carried away with myself there. BoxingMD, what's going on, brother? I know you want to sit in on this. We're gonna head on over to the Sunshine State. BoxingMD, what's going on?
Is that a fair statement to make? You have to be honest with yourself. Glad to be back for the regular Thursday show. Although this is like a weekend as far as boxing goes, this is not going to be a heavy prediction show. We do have a lot of news, including Ness's TMZ Choice of the Week, which is the celebrity boxing match. But I guess most importantly, Manny Pacquiao seems committed to fight again, because if you're being rumored to fight Jeff Horn, you really want to make money, because this fight, unlike Terence Crawford, does nothing for Manny Pacquiao's legacy, and it seems very odd and confusing. Jeff Horn may be a decent fighter because he is a undefeated prospect over in Australia, but we don't know anybody who's fought, and it really means nothing, like I said, for Manny Pacquiao to beat him. So interesting to hear what you guys have to say about that.
He beat Randall Bailey, by the way. That's a name you probably heard of.
But when he beat Randall Bailey?
I don't know, like a couple years ago.
Exactly. Randall Bailey was kind of washed at that night.
He beat Randall Bailey in April 2016. Hi, everybody. I'm Steven, the producer.
There'll be nothing but smooth sailing.
You will be hearing me spout things like that scattered throughout the rest of this show. Can't wait to talk it up.
Matt, let everybody know who's that in the beanie.
It's not a beanie, it's a hat, man. But I'm Matt, the editor, here to basically just argue with MD all the time because he's always wrong. And there's a bunch of books here, like the Marco Huck, Mairis Briedis fight. I think is an awesome fight against two top 10 guys. One guy that seems to be going on the way out and one guy that seems to be on the way up. So I think that's a good, passing the torch fight maybe. I think the Top Dog Williams fight's an awesome fight, and I think Andre Ward is – I have no idea. I think I can't wait to hear what the callers think about that.
Well, Optimistic Ness, that's what they call me, and I won't be one of those guys to get mad at Manny Pacquiao. I just won't. If you haven't heard our show discussing the purses and a little bit of negotiation information on Manny Pacquiao and Terence Crawford, definitely check that out on iTunes or right here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and you wouldn't have missed it. But being as though that Crawford, obviously asked for $7 million, I'm not mad that Pacquiao's moving on for a bunch of reasons. Jeff Horn, one, he's not undefeated because I think he has like a draw, right? Double check that, one of you guys.
But that is undefeated. He has a draw, but he's undefeated.
All right, so he's undefeated. So that makes another undefeated fighter that Pacquiao faces. I mean, this guy is really a novice though because he's 16-1. But outside
16-0
of that,
and 1, 16-1-0 or whatever, how the fuck you do it. Just
yes.
remember again, they advertised Canelo as undefeated, and defeating means losing, and they advertised Canelo as undefeated when he fought Floyd. And if you remember, Canelo had that draw way back in the day as well.
Nasty.
Go ahead.
Okay, everybody. So Jeff Horn does have a technical draw on his record, and that was in his fourth fight in 2013 against a guy named Rivens. I'm not even going to attempt that. But it says that the guy that he was fighting was cut, and because there was insufficient rounds to be contested for scorecards, it was a technical draw.
So now the whole landscape is Manny Pacquiao needs to fight end of March, beginning of April. Obviously, they were looking at Terence Crawford. The reason they were looking at Terence Crawford is because he was offered to them. And they said in order to take it, they needed $20 million. That didn't happen, so they're moving on. Bob Arum says that he didn't want to do the Crawford fight in the first 6 months of 2017 anyway. He wanted to take Pacquiao out of the country, and this is what he's trying with this Australia thing. Now, the co-promoter of Jeff Horn, a one Longergan, feels that they can do it out there. There's a market. I don't know. I mean, you figure if Jeff Horn was such a star at 16-0, we would have heard of him before now.
Perspective to the market, though, like in Australia or in Brisbane, they could sell out any stadium there, guaranteed. I know that Jeff Horn's a huge star over there. I've talked to Mickey Caparella, our Australian correspondent, a few times about this guy, and he is a big star over there. That's why they've talked about the fight being in Brisbane.
We've actually done a lot of work with Horn, and Mickey is actually out there now. He's already made arrangements with Top Rank, and I believe he touched down because I'm following the email chains. And we will be having some exclusive footage from Jeff Horn. But he seemed to be coming out of nowhere. Like, I don't see this as a heavily touted prospect or contender. I see this as a in-house fight for Bob Arum.
Would you see it as a cherry pick away or a duck from Crawford?
Well, I mean, you can't really duck Crawford if you price yourself out. And if we get more details, I mean, right now, $7 million is higher than any other Pacquiao opponent. I mean, he asked for more than Bradley got his first fight.
I view it as an exhibition. In other words, a fight that he's just going over there to show Manny Pacquiao off and make money. Because it's not, if anybody thinks that Jeff Horn is competitive to beat Pacquiao, it's ridiculous. But a cherry pick in the sense that he's picking his opponents, I guess easy, because I consider Jesse Vargas a cherry pick. That was definitely a cherry pick because he was the easiest opponent with a belt. But if you're calling it a duck, I agree with what Nestor just said, because a duck means that he is, first off, what has Terence Crawford done in the welterweight division to be ducked? That's a better question to ask, because being ducked means that a guy has a legitimate reason to fight you. To be honest, if it wasn't Bob Arum offering the fight to him, I don't really see how it's a duck or not a duck. So,
the reason it's a duck is because there's two names on the table, Crawford and Jeff Horn. He chose Jeff Horn. It's obvious it is because of that. Both parties gave out their starting numbers, and then there was no negotiation afterwards.
Let me give out some facts, all right? Because we got a lot of casual listeners. We got a lot of guys that just start listening after a month or 3 months. So Manny Pacquiao is going to be facing Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn is a former school teacher. Remind you anybody? Wasn't Paul Smith like a school teacher too?
Eric Molina was a math teacher.
And, Duco Events, their director, Dean Longergan, will be meeting with Bob Arum, the top-ranked chief executive, on Tuesday, and they will be discussing the financials and the logistical feasibility of promoting the biggest fight in Australian boxing history. Now, Horn is coming off of a win of Ali Funeka. I know Ali Funeka, but I mean, damn, the last time I remember watching Ali Funeka on U.S. television was versus Jonathan Guzman, the Dominican that everybody used to call Little Tyson back in the day when he was undefeated, and he struggled to make weight for that fight, and he even struggled in that fight because Funeka's tall, fights long, and he's decent, but he's got to be old. Steven, how old is Funeka right now? He's got to be old. There's no way he's young. But speaking of ages, the Brisbane or Auckland resident is 28 years old, and like I said, he's yes, sir.
Okay, so Ali Funeka is actually 38 years old.
Boom. Told you. And that's old for boxing, especially if you ain't a fucking what do you call it, like a top tier guy, that has all the money to get the good conditioning and the good camps and the food. Come on, man. 38-year-old Chop Corley ain't the same as a 38-year-old Floyd. Just let's be real. That being said, Bob, this is what the promoter said now, because there's no real, I want you guys to know this too. Maybe this changes things. Maybe you do believe Matt and think that Pacquiao's ducking. There is no real contract between Horn and Top Rank. Check the quote out. You'd have to say right now, because of our relationship with Bob, Jeff Horn is a Duco Top Rank fighter. It makes sense to keep the fight in-house. So he's not saying he's signed. I mean, I guess because they're friendly, but regardless, Bob is looking to expand his markets. I think going to Australia is a good thing. So that's one of my reasons for not being mad at the fight. Another reason is that he's an undefeated fighter. But the final reason is that they're trying to put this one on free TV. Now, the networks are ESPN, NBC, CBS, Fox Sports, and they're still going to offer it to HBO, to have HBO somehow put it for free. I don't know how or where Bob is getting that from. If somebody knows like HBO's free sister network, what is it? Maybe TBS or TNT, something like that. I'm not sure. But the arena that they want to use is the Long Park. It's the preferred venue because it could take place either in Melbourne or Sydney, depending on the level of sponsorship and the stage of government support that they get. But it's looking like they want to head that way. And obviously they're lobbying, you know what I mean? This is, again, the director of Duco Events, who's obviously the co-promoter of Jeff Horn with Top Rank. And, they're lobbying. They're going to make an offer and see, can they lure? I think this is what this is. I think they're trying to lure Manny Pacquiao to Australia.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of like kind of how they used to do it back in the day when a champion of a weight class would take a big fight in, a bigger area or bigger capacity, and then would go like there was called world champion for a reason. Like nowadays, like American world, like if you're an American world champion, like one of the guys down further on the list, you only have to leave your city one time. He went to Atlantic City to fight a Brit to be a world champion. So I see where Ness is coming from, where it's not necessarily bad Manny Pacquiao traveling around the world, but as far as relevancy in this fight, I mean, it's not relevant. So, if you're interested in it or not, it's just, in other words, you have to be a Manny Pacquiao fan to care about this fight. That's it. Because I just, no disrespect to Jeff Horn, but I just looked this up. I know Matt says he's a huge draw in Australia. He has 4,700 Twitter followers.
Yo, MD loves social media as the indicator, but in the world we live in, it's definitely a tool.
Hey, Ness, pointing out what fact did you want to look up? Which HBO, the free network. If it's on HBO, HBO is owned by Time Warner, and Time Warner owns like CW Network, which I think is ABC.
No,
so it would either
isn't CW? No, I'm gonna be wrong. I was thinking of WB.
Is that like channel 4 or like 5? I forget what channel that is. Whichever network that would be the free network they would probably go on.
Well, it would be interesting. See, I know MD doesn't like it, but I mean, if Manny Pacquiao goes to another country and fights in front of 60,000 people to put on a show, that's what I always wanted Floyd to do, right? If you've been listening to this podcast for years, I always wanted Floyd to fight in a stadium, give back to the fucking people that can. Look at these ticket prices for Golovkin. Who could afford $1,000 ticket?
I never said I didn't like it. I'm just saying it's not a relevant fight, but if it's
not relevant, but at this point in his career, he fought Bradley last year and an undefeated Jesse Vargas. He needs to just fight Jeff Horn and wait for a big fight. He wants a big fight now.
Yep, and exactly. But my problem is that I just said that I thought Jesse Vargas was a cherry pick. I thought it was an easy fight for him.
Well, no, I think that was a marketing ploy, right? They needed the title so they could move forward.
Correct, but that's why he's selectively picking his opponent. He's not picking the best available, right? So my thing is that I just hope that Manny Pacquiao is just not fighting for money, because I don't want to see Manny Pacquiao lose to one of these lower, prospected guys, and just continue fighting. Because if losing to Floyd Mayweather is one thing,
well,
and you saw how he took that loss with the shoulder excuse. If you lost to Jeff Horn, it'd be difficult for him to even like be the same level of a persona, and it's not a good look. You hear what I'm saying?
But if it's not for money, what is it for? Because I mean, the quotes are that he's only fighting one time this year, right? And then I mean, we could play the audio, right? Because towards the end they say that they would only come back for a second fight if it's Floyd. So it's like, they have so many demands. It reminds me of way back when. But here's some audio, which gives you obviously, the purse of Crawford and what he asked, and what they want to do.
Quick, because we're almost going to be starting here. Pacquiao, we fight and thinking. I talked to Cons yesterday. April, it seems like Bob and Michael are in accord. It seems like April. One name they mentioned is this Jeff Horn. Do you know about this?
No, Arum called me last week. He told me Terence Crawford, and he said that's the only fight that we can pay him.
Mike said no. I only want to do it for $20 million.
Okay, so the opponent Crawford asked for $7 million, so I guess it was maybe too expensive. But yeah, that's all I've heard so far.
Yeah,
Manny's on I think he's on vacation with his kids right now. He takes them to a different country every year.
Yeah.
So he's away right now. I tried to get a hold of him, but I will soon. I'll talk to him.
And Mike did say he thinks Manny fights only once this year. Is that in accord with what you think too?
Well,
only April, unless maybe Floyd comes back and then September, we'd make an exception for that.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Okay.
That's the fight we want back. So hopefully.
And he was basically coached into saying that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but no. But listen, I love Woodsy, and no disrespect to Woodsy, but look up the definition of like a loaded question. Like it's it's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of an unfair question to ask. And I love Woodsy. And if you're listening, no disrespect. You
unfair.
You do great journalism.
The response, right?
You do great journalism, Woodsy. So it's no disrespect to you, but I don't know. It's like,
but you mean unfair because we knew the response, or like he would, it's a question that Roach would.
It was a leading question.
Exactly.
And, there is a fight that I want to discuss.
More than a leading question. Yeah. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't need to get into it.
No, there is.
And I'm not a journalist. Again, let me. If anybody says I'm not a journalist,
you just pretend to be one. There is a question. There is a topic that I wanted to discuss that didn't make the cut, but very interesting topic, right? So obviously, for everyone who's here for Manny Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn, we've given you that information. At this time, you can abandon ship. Our next topic is now going to be something that fight fans have been asking me to talk about over here for a while, and we've never given him the time, just because I thought it was like, he's old, right? Like he's old, and I don't take him seriously, but it looks like what is the name of that sanctioning body? Is it the WBA? WBA has reached a deal, and that deal is no different than the WBC when they had their convention a couple of weeks ago and they were mandating what was going to happen in their sanctioning body. Well, the WBA has said that at this time, Shannon Briggs and Frez Oquendo, all this time I knew Oquendo and I had no clue he was Puerto Rican. Now, obviously, I should have known with a Spanish name like Oquendo, but I didn't piece it together. Man.
But did you know that he was a quitter?
No, I didn't know that, and I didn't know that he looked this old. They both look old, but here's the twist. Here's why we're really talking about this fight, right? They got about 30 days to get it done. So, and I quote, we finally got the fight for Briggs. It will be a great opportunity to be crowned against a fighter like Oquendo, who has been inactive for more than 2 years because of lawsuits he's filed against the sanctioning bodies. Precisely because of that legal demand, Oquendo will receive this opportunity to fight for the vacant title versus Briggs. We got the fight, and the company that I represent, Heavyweight Hit Factory, will be in charge of the organizing it at the Hard Rock or some stage in Jamaica. Oh, shit. Yo, I'm going to this. I'm going to stop right there. There's more information, but I don't give a fuck how old Shannon Briggs is.
Jamaica Soldier.
Well, the Hard Rock, I assume, was in South Florida, right?
I assume.
Yeah, that's Shannon Briggs' hometown. You wouldn't come down to Miami either?
Maybe, depending on the month, because it's hot enough. And isn't the Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida, not Miami, Florida?
Close enough.
No, fuck out of here. Close enough. Don't try to sell me Hollywood is Miami. No way, Jose.
It's not Miami, no.
Listen, but anyway, let's all cross our fingers that it's Jamaica. When's the last time a good fight's been in Jamaica? And I know this isn't a good fight, but we could pump it up. Let's go cheer. That's why I'm optimistic. Yo, fuck that sad horn. My glass is half full. And if Shannon Briggs and Frez Oquendo are fighting in Jamaica, I say the Puerto Ricans meet me there, and let's Bob Marley it up. I mean, come on, man. This Shannon Briggs' last fight in Jamaica.
Listen,
check that off the box. Check that off the bucket list. Like, yo, you get to watch a fight and you do it in Jamaica.
Listen,
look at the fight.
So
Nicholas Walters, I would watch it.
Fight. Somebody's getting knocked out.
Nicholas Walters? I care more about Shannon Briggs right now than Nicholas Walters.
Now, you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself.
No, I'm not.
Right there. Come on, Shannon Briggs. Come on.
I've been listening to the shows. I'm a Shannon Briggs fan.
Deserve to be fighting for title.
Let me tell you why I'm a Shannon Briggs fan. Because Shannon Briggs
is ridiculous.
Has done everything that we all ask every boxer to do to make himself relevant. And yes, he goes over the top, but it works. And he also at least appears to be in shape, which a lot of heavyweights we don't even see. So, you know, at the end of the day, Shannon Briggs probably will.
Does he do VADA testing?
Will lose, probably not. Actually,
so for somebody, that always talks about VADA testing, you are the biggest hypocrite.
He did do VADA testing.
He did do
VADA testing.
Is obviously juicing.
Here goes some other information.
He passed the drug test that the guy who is supposed to
bullshit.
No, that didn't happen.
Well, look, here's the upside.
Wait, Ness, did he not pass the drug test?
The WBA likes what WBC is doing. They're trying this year to get on board with VADA. This is a WBA sanctioned fight. Like I said, they got 30 days to do it. You know, another piece of information was that since they have 30 days, the WBA could call for a purse bid, but that purse bid would pay each contender 50%, which basically means that you might as well negotiate. Because the purse bid is the same shit, except someone gets to win and decide where they hold it. But in this case, the representative of Shannon Briggs is saying either Florida or Jamaica. So looks like either way is win-win for fight fans. Two warm locations at the very least. And again, let's be clear before we let these callers in and they start killing me. I don't love the fight. I don't like the fight. I love that they have a fight in Jamaica with two dudes that I at least know. You know, that I could give myself the excuse to take a little fucking weekend vacation to the home of Bob Marley. Why not?
Listen, I agree, but I think it'd be better for Shannon Briggs in Florida because that's his hometown. And there's a lot of people down there, like Klitschko's down there. So
Fres Oquendo needs neutral ground to win.
I mean, he needs a lot more than that. But let me just say a few things and then we can move on because it's not that relevant in fight. But it is interesting again. I like shit. Like I said, I like Shannon Briggs. I've been a fan. I'm not trolling. I really am a fan of what he's doing. And as far as the drug testing, he passed the drug test where his opponent failed. So yeah, he definitely deserves a shot at that. If they gave him it the first time, they should do it the second time. Because if you're due to fight an eliminator and the guy fails a drug test, you should still get that shot. Secondly, right, I don't pretend that Shannon Briggs is a top heavyweight in the world. If he was
fighting, why is he fighting for a title? Then why is he fighting for a title? Or even a version of it? Doesn't that devalue the belt even more?
No, it doesn't. He needs to get B-hop. Somehow he got ranked, so let someone knock him out.
So, and also, if he was fighting someone like Deontay Wilder, who does VADA testing, fuck yeah, I'd have a problem with it. But, I mean, seriously, like, why? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's somebody's going to put him out. He's going to get paid, and why do we all complain about it? Because he brings attention to the sport of boxing. And we all have to
be the one getting attention in boxing. There should be other guys like a Crawford who only made 50,000 pay-per-view buys. That guy should be getting more attention.
Is he overshining Crawford's like stardom? He brings attention to the sport of boxing. What don't you understand?
He does. Everything that he does, man. Is
it good attention though?
Yeah, some of it. Yeah, I mean, all publicity is good publicity at this point.
Yo, listen. I know he comes off as a clown. But at least from his perspective, it's all positive. It's all about overcoming shit. And he seems to be a good person that's a family man. So he's not a laughingstock.
And it's his hustle. It's his hustle. You can't knock how he got here. He's relevant.
You're laughing with him, not at him. And that's honestly what I'm doing. And you could choose to laugh at him because you're a hardcore. But I'm in touch with all other aspects.
I'm not laughing at him. He has taken the system for everything it's gotten in it. And I credit that for him because you're right. He does hustle. But I blame the boxing community and the boxing media that allows a guy like that in his state of his career to get this much publicity.
Well, first of all, that's the power of social media, right? Secondly, because all these other fighters are cheating, WBA had to go down their rankings. And that's why you got two dudes who are barely inactive ranked. Luis Ortiz dropped his ranking, you forgot, and a bunch of other people tested positive. I mean, don't hate on Shannon. Like, I would have hated on Shannon had he got a title shot without deserving it. And I'm not saying that he deserves this one, but it's due to like technicality. There's no other, there's no other higher ranking body. And this is an interim. Remember, this is the third interim. So the winner of this still has to fight the winner of Klitschko, Joshua. So again, they're gonna get rid of Shannon Briggs or Frezzo Oquendo. They're gonna unify the division. But that guy, whoever is the winner, he's gonna get his night. Whoever wins. Hopefully, it's in Jamaica. We get some jerk chicken. Ooh, man, you guys don't even know. All right, let's get on to the next fight. Now, this is where I start to jump in the car with Matt and become like a hardcore hipster here, because I know a lot of people are not talking about this fight. Probably don't even care about this fight. But Sir Marcus Browne, the 2012 Olympian, man, I'm attached to him. He's not that he's great or that he's good or anything. I'm just, I've been following his career since he was in the Olympics. We interviewed him when he was all the way in Rio. I've watched all his fights because he fights in Brooklyn. He's from Staten Island. He's got some of that tutelage from Teddy Atlas. He's trained at the Teddy Atlas Cops and Kids before. Just an all-around good guy, and he's going up against a firecracker. We all know, yes, Thomas Williams probably doesn't have a chin because Campillo stopped him, and then, Adonis stopped him. But Adonis is a puncher. He's a fucking puncher. And Campillo, he ain't never not been a puncher. You know what I'm saying? He could put hands on people. He stopped other top-level fighters. But, to the naked eye, maybe Thomas doesn't have a chin, but Browne looked bad versus I don't even want to begin to try. I'm going to get Jeffrey on it, but it's Hot Rod, from Florida. He looked bad. Everybody thought he lost that fight. He was on the floor. It was controversial. And this is what Al Heyman is doing now. PBC ain't no more. Hey, go get a salt. Nuh-uh. You fell. You got knocked down versus Hot Rod. Oh, it was tough. People thought it was well, now you're getting in there with someone tougher because Top Dog is a puncher. You seen what he did to Rodriguez. I love this fight. And it's on the Broner undercard. So that's Adrian Broner Granados. Fucking Charlo, Jermell Charlo versus Charles Hatley. And then you have, what's the third fight? There's another fight. And then this one. That's like a lot of fights. That's dope, man. I like it. I like it a lot. What about you guys? Browne versus Top Dog Thomas Williams.
Man, Steven, go ahead. I mean, I know. Well, let me.
Hardcore. I'm the only hardcore.
No. I mean, this is, unfortunately, I think this is when the guys overseas, right? When we talk about the Olympian, right? Because he had no success in the Olympics, right? And we've been having more success in the last Olympics, but Marcus Browne, I've never been impressed by how he looks. He's always looked unwilling to let his hands go. I just don't understand why people are so big on him, which is why I think Thomas Williams is going to knock him out, who doesn't have much of a chin. I just think that Marcus Browne is too inactive when he fights, and I'm not sold on him. And somebody who hasn't, when's the last time Marcus Browne fought? He fought one time since, I guess, end of last year. Like it's such a slow progression of a fighter. They really slowed his progression down and stopped showing him on TV once they realized he wasn't the goods.
No, that's unfair. They only slowed him down after that horrible fight when he looked bad. Like, what else do you do when you look bad?
But he was fighting nobodies, and then he fought a decent guy and looked bad. So I think that they're giving him top dog.
He got Campillo on his resume, and he blew Campillo out, which was a former champion.
That was an impressive win. Yeah, so he
3 fights ago too.
He does have power.
So then he fought an up-and-coming prospect like himself and was in a tough fight. This is what I'm saying. You want people to not, crucify people for the but then you're turned off because he didn't look good and he didn't let
I'm not turned off the fact that he has an O. I'm turned off that I'm not turned off. We're told he's an Olympian, which again, people overseas laugh at that because we had no success in the Olympics. So what does that even mean? Like, I mean, no, like Hassan Mdan was an Olympian and lost. Like, I just don't it doesn't, I just don't see it. Right.
MD, you're out of control, man. You're out of control. That's like saying, that a dude that went to med school and dropped out after like his second year in med school doesn't know anything. Like, that's fucking insane.
Nope. Not saying that, but I'm saying that like, it's weird that we bring that up as the only thing that we pay attention about him, because he hasn't really done much in his career to garner attention besides that. That's my point.
Yo, in 4 years, he's compiled 18 fights. He's undefeated. He has Gabriel Campillo under his resume, Cornelius White, Aaron Pryor, and Calogero. Now, this dude, I mean,
Aaron Pryor.
Yes, it's his opponent that everyone. Laura has him. This is what, just like Keith Thurman has Orlando Laura on his right. Like, these are fighters that promoters put in with their fighters to test their prospects out. Let me get Jeffrey to give us the spelling of this guy.
Yo, did you call him Colageno, like from A Bronx Tale?
I did, and you talked.
Oh, and in his last fight, I thought he lost as well. He definitely lost.
MD. What other prospect is better than him? Like an Eric Soklin, or like who? Like what other light heavyweight prospect is there?
Can I just get Jeffrey to say the name?
Radivo Kalajic.
Oh, Kalajic. And you
Kalajic is good though. That guy looked really good in that fight.
Yo, he even beat Peterkins afterwards from Brooklyn in Gleason's gym. Remember Travis? So, and that's a big ass 175 pounder.
We don't have that many light heavyweights. So I'm not saying that whether it's good or not bad.
You have a good top 15 amount of heavyweights. What are you talking about? Light heavyweights, that's a good division. That's better than super middleweight, better than middleweight.
Damn, yo, Hot Rod is ranked 34. Sheesh, that's a tough division if he's all the way ranked that low.
Yeah, it's not an American weight class. It's not just like the cruiserweight.
We're not talking about America. We're talking about boxing. Boxing is a worldwide sport.
So he's ranked 34, like Ness just said. I don't see.
No. You know what it is? For whatever reason, they got him ranked that cruiser, bro. He's ranked that cruiser right now. He's in there with Usyk.
Okay. Well, I mean, again, listen, I like the fight. I'm not hating on the fight. I think it's going to be an action-packed fight because both guys have power. Marcus Browne has power. He just doesn't let his hands go. And Thomas Williams lets his hands go and takes risks. But
do you think Marcus Browne's accurate? Like, do you think Marcus Browne's an accurate puncher with that left hand?
Listen, there's a chance that he could be patient and land a big punch, but I just don't think he's that type of counterpuncher. That he's not like an Adonis Stevens that's going to be able to time it like that.
MD, this is the problem, right? You're more focusing on the skill level instead of the style matchup. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen this fight. See, Williams is going to press the action, and Marcus isn't that type of fighter. He doesn't like pressure. He's not going to, perform well under it until he gets a couple of rounds and he settles in. But until then, it's going to be a shootout. And maybe Thomas can go because we know that, we think his chin is possibly vulnerable. But again, it's Adonis Stevenson that knocked him out. But we have to question Campillo, right? Like he got knocked out by an older guy too. But Browne was down by Hot Rod. So Thomas, with his pressure and his bombs, you've seen the type of punches he was throwing at Rodriguez and Steven. It's going to be different. See, Browne is a boxer. He's a cutie. He needs to use the ring. He's a southpaw. He uses his jab. Sometimes you're right. He's inaccurate and he gets a little wild. But I think that he does let his hands go, especially against the opposition that he's been facing. I want to see him in this matchup with pressure coming at him. But I don't know if any Steven, you want to touch on this one before we go to our next topic?
I agree that I do love it because I like Top Dog. I'm a big fan of him since the Rodriguez fight because I really didn't know much about him before that fight. Obviously, like you can go on BoxRec and find that knockout loss that he has to Campillo. But when I saw that fight, I don't know, dude. He's one of those fighters where you want to watch him because if he's either knocking someone down or getting knocked down, it looks good. It looks exciting. It's his knockout loss even to Adonis Stevens. I mean, that was a great looking knockout. When he knocked out Edwin Rodriguez, it was a great looking knockout. He's in exciting fights, and I want to see him fight. I'm excited for that card. It's Gary Russell Jr. who's also defending his title on that undercard. By the way, we're talking about.
That's a quadruple header.
So regardless of how you could feel about that fight individually, when you know that there's other big fights stacked around it, it builds it all up. And I am really big on that fight.
Steven, but Thomas Williams also scored a knockout that everyone forgets, wasn't it? Didn't he score a knockout over Michael Seals? Or was that? Oh no, Seals. Did Seals knock out Edwin Rodriguez? Damn. I might be wrong about the Michael Seals. Yeah, it was Edwin Rodriguez that fought Seals, and he actually knocked Seals out. But that was a slugfest, too. They both put each other down in that fight. That's why I'm confusing it. Well, yeah, that
Yeah,
is.
those two fights look similar because both fights are like, Rodriguez, what the hell are you doing?
That's early. Who you picking? See, that's the thing I'm saying. Like, I love the matchup. Like, I like the matchup because it's going to be a good fight. But I do see Thomas Williams knocking out Marcus Browne.
Yeah, but that's what we need to say when we're talking about these fights. Yeah, this is not Sergey Kovalev and Andre Ward. This is not the star power, but this is a fight. This is a fight you want to sit down and watch because it's going to produce some fireworks. I'm telling you, Browne and Williams is going to produce. I was talking to Williams today on his way to the gym. You know, he's still being trained by his stepfather. I thought he was going to change camps up. He's actually coming in your way, MD, to Florida, the whole camp. He said, you know, the Washington, D.C. was too cold. You know, I'm on top of all these guys. And, yo, we may never get another Floyd Mayweather. You guys need to realize that. I'm slowly starting to adjust my life to the realization of that. You know, we can't sit around here and wait for these perfect fighters anymore. It's not going to happen. You know?
No, but again, I mean, there's a difference between a prospect like Marcus Browne and a prospect like Lubin. There is.
No, there's not, because Lubin hasn't been tested the way that Browne has been tested yet.
I would say that.
Who has Lubin fought?
Where's Lubin's Campillo at?
You're right. You're right about that.
Hot Rod. Where's his undefeated prospect?
But he's younger. He's even younger.
Yeah, but don't compare him if you want to now start fucking backtracing.
He's younger, but he's been in the spotlight more too.
I'm using the eye test.
Lubin's been on more cards and
Lubin didn't fail in the Olympics. Lubin decided, I'm not going to fuck around without headgear. I'm going to go right to being a pro. So I'm high on Lubin. I think that he is as close at that age. He's the best prospect. And I know we might do a prospect of the year show later, but ESPN was late with that because the Boxing Voice picked him as prospect of the year last year because what he did at that age was so impressive. So although, yes, I agree, there may never be there might be some time until there's another Floyd Mayweather. I think that we just need to stop comparing. We always do this, compare fighters to fighters, but maybe there will be someone as good or as successful but might look differently. Maybe their styles differently. Maybe their weight classes differently. I think that the emulation of Floyd Mayweather, he's a once in a lifetime, or maybe nobody's going to do it the way he did it. So it's different. You know. So yeah. But and that's what he did in the ring and outside the ring, because they're both equally impressive.
Now, this is a bit of a hardcore show. It's just as we go down the line, it gets more and more hardcore until it gets ridiculous. Okay. So Marco Huck, he's going to be in an eliminator that is not set. There's no venues. There's no dates. There's just the mandate from the WBC. The reason we're even telling you this is because if you don't know Marco Huck, you at least know Tony Bellew, who owns that title. And if you don't know Bellew, then you'll get to know him because we're going to be covering the Haye Bellew fight anyway, even though that's a bit of a circus because Bellew is legitimately a cruiserweight, right? And he moved up to heavyweight to fight Haye, but the WBC granted him a step aside where he can chill and fight with Haye for big money while Huck and Mairis Briedis fight each other to give Bellew an opponent once he decides if he's coming back down to cruiserweight. He's going to have to defend that title. So that little web is what we want you to know. And this kid Briedis, the reason I'm even bringing him up is I did some research, and he's been doing some hardcore sparring. I mean, this dude's even sparred Vladimir Klitschko. Secretly, it's funny that these other guys on the show, I would figure maybe MD and Matt would have been bringing them up at least in private conversation, because he's Eastern European, right? And all of the quote unquote gym wars, if you start Googling, you'll not gym war, excuse me, but stories, right? Because he's been such a quote unquote great sparring partner. I can't tell you, I haven't been in the gym, but bunch of big names he sparred with. So,
well, to clarify, I don't know every European prospect, but I just choose not to have biasness against Europeans because they're not American, like some other people do.
And why bring him up, Ness, when you probably didn't know him?
Would you say, Nestor?
And your thoughts on the actual fight, the matchup?
I'd say, like I said, I don't know that much about the other guys, so you could call me a casual at that. But I know that Marco Huck, who was the man at that division for many, many years, didn't look great in his last performance. So maybe years are catching up. So I kind of like the idea of him fighting a good prospect. So that's all I can say about that fight. I'll do more research when I have an opportunity.
I think the matchup's a great matchup. I think Marco Huck likes to be on the outside. He likes to use straight punches. Briedis likes to come in on the inside and use hooks either to the body or the head. He kind of reminds me more of a like a Lebedev. And Marco Huck, not knocked out. I think he beat Lebedev, and Lebedev was undefeated. And Lebedev just got beat by Gassiev, who's now the WBA champion, I believe. But the reason I don't bring up Briedis is because I think he's basic. I think he's beatable. I think guys like Usyk beat him from a technical standpoint. And I think guys like Gassiev beat him from a pure grit standpoint. I think Gassiev walks him down and just knocks him out. I don't see Briedis as having that abdominal chin and that insane knockout power. So what he does is basic. He's more like an Ed Artunovsky in terms of what I think his ceiling is.
So they're targeting March 18th or April 1st.
One more thing. Is it stupid to say that Gassiev Lebedev was a fight of the year contender?
No, that was a great fight. That was a hardcore fight. Like,
how old is Lebedev though? He looked old.
Lebedev I don't know,
but famer though.
We totally forgot about that fight. And Ness, that meets all criteria because those are good guys.
I watched it.
And those are good guys in the top 5 in their division. So
yeah, but how old is Lebedev? He's been reigning in that division for a minute.
Did he look shot in that fight?
He didn't look shot, but the way that his face swelled from the punishment, it was just
the guy. They hit hard at that weight class, and Gassiev hits hard.
But his cardio held up, his technique was there, his power was there, and his chin was there.
I thought he won the fight.
Gassiev has insane power.
I thought Lebedev won, or I don't know if he won the fight, but I thought he could have won that.
I have friends in the UK that think he won.
Yeah, dude, we looked up that fight. Dude, that fight was fucking brutal. That was a good fight.
Amazing fight.
Yeah.
So
and Marco Huck
was that on the undercard of the
what?
Of the Hook fight? No,
that was the main event over there.
Yeah, I remember.
Was Hook on the undercard of that?
No, Huck fights in Germany,
Hook's
man.
Fight in November. My bad. I'm on
the date. Click on the date. Listen, let me get back to the subject. So some of the people that he sparred with, like I said, was the former undisputed Vladimir Klitschko, which is 200-pounder going up to but when you're a cruiserweight, you're just an in shape heavyweight for real. But he sparred with Klitschko, Vladimir, and he sparred with everyone's favorite light heavyweight Sergey Kovalev. He's also sparred with the person that he's gonna fight, Marco Huck. So and Christoph Warcrafts. So, he's been in the ring with some decent opposition in terms of sparring. He's been around for a minute. So he's going to get his time to shine maybe March 18th, April 1st. And again, the reason I'm telling you guys, and I quote, is I am 85% happy. We thought we might we thought there would be a possibility of Tony Bellew vacating the title and we would fight for the full-blown WBC championship, but the interim is pretty much just as good because Tony will have to come back and fight the winner of this fight. And if for some reason he doesn't participate, the winner of this fight will automatically be upgraded to the full title. In terms of paydays, we've got Marco Huck, which is a great fight, and Tony Bellew, which is another great fight. So there you go. The facts. Moving on to the next subject is a subject that MD wanted to speak about. So MD, maybe you want to take it away. Because Andre Ward has had a lot to say in the media. He's even mentioned retirement. I personally, not even yet. That's why I'm about to pass the ball. I still haven't even read him. Like I told myself, there's no way they could be true. It's just clickbait. I know Ward is using this as a negotiation tactic. He has all the belts. If you retire, there's no legitimacy to the next champion. So he's just trying to get buku dollars.
Well,
that's what I'm telling myself.
Well, the things that I've heard was that he wanted to get paid like a champ, right? Am I correct that he said that? That's a quote from him, right? Am I?
Well, won't you read the quote?
Why don't you read the quotes so that the people get the facts?
I don't know what story you're pulling it from. You know.
My God. So I guess, can you guys bring up the quotes? So, I'm not the producer. I'm not the person, but
do you know what side it was on? Do you know what side it was on at all?
I don't know, but
I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Don't worry. I got you.
Okay.
And which quote are you talking about?
I know. He's so vague with it.
No, there was a video. Okay, listen. There's a video by TMZ. I'm being really careful because I'm consistently called an Andre Ward hater, which I have no problem. Because I have no problem with. No, I have no problem with. But I would like people to be angry at the content in which or my opinions, rather than just assume that I'm a hater because of ignorance or because of an agenda, right? So I'm saying what I've heard is in a TMZ video that he said that he wants to fight in a rematch if he's paid like a champ. But now, only in the case of Kovalev do people go, well, Kathy Duva only got him $5 million, but he got or $2 million when Kovalev got $5 million. So it's her fault Kovalev didn't get paid. Well, maybe Kovalev took short money or less money to get a shot at Andre Ward in that circumstance, right? And again, a lot of people, like myself, thought Kovalev won that fight. Now, Andre Ward is putting himself in a position where this rematch will never happen, because I don't think that the rematch will do much better, if better at all. So what is Kovalev getting now? $500,000 when Andre Ward gets $6.5 million? It just makes no sense, like what he's saying. And I think Andre Ward with the shoulder, I think that he may never come back because he skated by that win. And yes, Kovalev is a flawed fighter because he was in a close enough fight that the judges robbed him, but he was competitive enough in some of those rounds, and he fought with one arm. So yes, Andre Ward is a special fighter. I think if Andre Ward had two healthy arms, he may beat him, but he didn't. And I think between narrowly escaping that fight and the shoulder injury, because he didn't throw a fuck, and I know that, yes, when you throw your right hand, you're more susceptible to get shots, but he just didn't let it go at all. And when he let it go, it looked awkward. So I think that Andre Ward is just keeping the fight relevant enough before he never fights again. So I don't think Andre Ward's ever fighting again.
Hey, MD, I got that quote for you, by the way.
Go ahead.
Andre Ward told TMZ, "It's about getting the right deal. It's about putting myself in the right situation. I've earned it." Those were his exact words. He did not say exactly he wanted more money.
Have you ever heard, this is the problem I have with Andre Ward. Have you ever heard someone use, I earned it more, I earned it more, I earned it more than him? Seriously.
He did not say more. He said, I've earned it. He said,
he
earned the right
I'm saying
deal.
I earned it more. He
didn't say that.
He said,
He said, I've earned it. He didn't say I've earned it more. He said, I've earned it.
My God, I'm saying, have you ever heard a boxer use the phrase, I've earned it, comma, more than Andre Ward? Because that's all he talks about.
Mayweather.
But Mayweather did. That's the difference. Mayweather
yeah, that's different. No, I know. That's why I'm laughing.
Mayweather did earn it because he's did it in the ring and outside the ring. And yes, the Super Six was successful in his field, but he has done nothing to promote himself as a fighter. So the fact that he feels like he's getting unpaid, he could look in the mirror and try doing something and promoting himself. That's only his own fault. Okay, and I know that he had that big legal issue, and I don't want to get into all that bullshit because I don't really give a fuck. But what I do give a fuck about is the fact that people think that he's Floyd Mayweather and he deserves Floyd Mayweather treatment and whatnot. But Andre Ward is not a Floyd Mayweather and never will be a Floyd Mayweather. He's a great fighter and probably will be in the Hall of Fame and will be in the Hall of Fame. But I just don't get this attitude that he has about earning it and earning this and earning that, because you only earn what people are willing to pay. And I think that people aren't going to be willing to pay what he's quote unquote earning, so he'll never fight again.
I got some.
I was going to say a Kathy Duva quote, but you can go, Ness.
If this is directly to MD, and I quote, if you feel Kovalev edged it out or whatever the case may be, that's fine. But if anybody crying robbery, it just doesn't add up. There's no way you can say Kovalev won the fight by 3, 4, 5 points. It just didn't happen.
But he's open for a winning by 1 or 2 rounds.
We got up from that knockdown. We took over the fight. We took it to another gear. Kovalev didn't match that. I'm going to be honest. And this is taking nothing away from Kovalev, because in my book, he's always going to be a champion. But I expected more from him in the ring. When you hear about the invincibility character the media has portrayed, I expected more. I expected to see the crusher.
But we knew he had no inside game, Ness.
When it got tough in that fight, I didn't see a crusher. I didn't see the next gear.
We knew he had no.
A fighter that used to be. No, wait. I saw a fighter. Where am I? Shit. I saw a fighter that's used to being the front runner. I saw a fighter that's used to having things his way. And when it didn't work out like that, he couldn't match the intensity. I obviously didn't appreciate the excuses and everything that were made after the fight, so I expect more from him. I don't know, man. I mean, just going off of that, MD, I know you want to talk, so you go right after me, but just going off of that, I could understand why your next quotes would be something about retirement, because you're at the point, you're like where Bradley's at, right? Where everyone thinks you lost, and really everyone thinks you lost, and you think you won, except Bradley and Ward have different demeanors, right? Because there are more people that think Ward won than the people that thought Bradley won, right?
Of course.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, because
so that's why Ward,
that's like 1% of the people.
That's why Ward is feeling cocky. He's like, you know,
but there's a lot more. The difference is that there's a lot more. There's a lot of incentives. Like listen, I told you, Ness, and I'm not going to name him because I don't like giving anybody credit. I told you that there is people, legitimate people in the boxing community, I swear to God, that and I'm bringing this up because I have no problem if you personally don't like Ward or Kovalev for some of the racially insensitive things he said. But there's a lot of people that wanted him to lose so badly, especially the fact that this person that I'm not naming changed his pick because Kovalev congratulated Donald Trump for being the next president. So there was so much emotion involved with this perceived and some legitimate racist Russian guy and a black American guy. And like I said, people got emotional. So I think a lot of people got emotional when they're betting, when they saw him get up off the canvas and do better than what he was doing in the first 2 rounds, which is nothing. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yo.
Did you not see a guy trying to bolo punch and he's trying to bolo punch and got clipped. And then he's so egotistical that he continued to bolo punch. Oh, you didn't see me get hit. We all saw that shit, Ness. He lost the fight. We could go score.
I got some breaking news here. I could either tell you this breaking news or we could keep talking about this snooze fest shit, man. Hence why you never.
I'm done.
That's why you guys never see me do an Andre Ward says he's gonna retire or Andre Ward says, you know,
because deep inside Ness knows I'm his voice.
No, because it's just a rabbit hole, man. If you go back and listen to other podcasts, like anytime the public is split, I'd rather not argue. I mean, why? We got so much boxing. Listen to this shit.
The public's not split. The public's not split.
The public is split, my man.
It's not an even. It's not
one poll from one website.
Find me another poll. One of the producers found me another poll.
There aren't any other polls.
Exactly.
MD, it's not about
nobody cared about the fight.
Right? You said it yourself. There's not as many people who thought Bradley lost to Pacquiao as there are people who thought Ward lost to Kovalev. There's not.
Well, there's definitely degrees of robberies.
Oh, you're right. And this isn't Paul Williams. It's Landry Lara.
Correct. But
the only people holding on to this are the bitter ones. Let's move on. I got breaking news. You see what I'm saying?
The only reason I'm holding on to it. No. Let me say one more last thing. The only reason and you can go break news. The only reason I'm holding on for it is because the rematch he's not honoring the rematch clause because he's going to ask for too much demands and it's not going to happen again. And people are gonna go with the fake storyline that he ended as a #1 pound for pound fighter, which isn't true.
MD, it doesn't matter what you say. He's the A side. That's what you do.
And hold on, Ness. Kathy Duve even said in an interview with Boxing Scene that whatever the money award wants doesn't matter for her, doesn't matter for Shuri Kovalev. That's up to Rock Nation and Jay-Z to pay him because it's a co-promoted fight. So that has no Andre Ward asking for too much means nothing to Kathy Duve.
He's got his own guarantee. Got his own guarantee the way that Cotto's got his guarantee. Those boys are signed to Rock,
so
man.
They need another referee that favors him in Oakland so we could see the same fucking fight again.
Exactly. Let's move on.
You see, you're just negative, and it's okay.
That's not negative. It's the truth.
All right. Yeah, we're talking fight, and now you're talking rest. We're going to go ahead and move on. This is actually a whole nother fucking show. I should keep it to myself. But a couple hours ago, Shawn Porter tweeted out that he just FaceTimed Andre Berto, and he was like, let's do this. Let's make he said, let's do like we said and make this fight ASAP. So, Berto, like I said, Berto's been saying, how Al Heyman.
Berto's fighting Algieri, though, isn't he?
No, that was only a rumor. That's why nothing was official. That was just a rumor. There was a possibility.
Berto doesn't want. Berto would get steamrolled. Berto doesn't want it.
Hey, listen. All I'm saying is, I'm just trying to, stick around to the little notion that the best are supposed to be fighting the best, or that they're going to be in tough this year.
But this is the problem. I don't know, and I guess I'm being negative. But why do people talk about Andre Berto like he is on the same level of even a Shawn Porter?
I don't know. He isn't on the.
He's never been.
But where's he ranked at? I mean, you always talk so down about him. Like,
what's his best win, Ness? Victor Ortiz?
It wouldn't matter if he's ranked. It wouldn't matter. He's ranked.
Who beat him? Soto Cross?
Ness and MD, hold on. To tell me that these matchups aren't the best matchups. Kell Brook versus Earl Spence and Amir Khan versus Shawn Porter. Like, those are the matchups. Those are the best versus the best. Amir Khan's coming off a loss. Shawn Porter's coming off a loss. And obviously that gets rid of the stupid notion of Amir Khan versus Kell Brook right now.
It makes no sense to Amir Khan, though.
Amir Khan is a diva. He'll never fight Porter.
Never fight Porter.
If it's in the UK, it would be.
Hey, did you guys hear that rumor that Khan wanted Cotto?
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Right? I was like, damn.
Amir Khan's going to get a lot of money for that.
That's not even a rumor. That's not even a rumor. He said that himself, and that was like not too long after the knockout,
Well, I didn't know if it was true or not, so I presented it as a rumor because I'm not going to be putting words in a guy's mouth if I don't know he said.
So look at this. Berto's ranked at number 11. Paulie Malignaggi's still ranked in the top 10, man. Jesse Vargas, Earl Spence, Kell Brook, Timothy Bradley, Shawn Porter, Amir Khan, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao.
Paulie Malignaggi is a title holder in Italy. So
you can't make up more names. Like, you're saying, why do we keep mentioning Bert? Like, what other? Jeff Horn's ranked underneath Berto. We just talked about him. David Evanesian. I mean, who do you want us to talk about? Carlos Molina, Antonio Orozco, Miguel Puppet Vasquez? Sam Eggington? Jose Benavidez Jr.?
Hey, Sam Eggington's dope. Let's be real.
Boy Felix Diaz Jr. is fucking ranked 20, okay?
He's top 15 easily.
So when Berto is going to go ahead and fight Shawn Porter, don't say that it's a shit fight. Tell fucking Felix Diaz go fight Shawn Porter.
I'll tell you right now
Felix Diaz just fought Lamont Peterson.
I'll tell you right now that Felix Diaz would beat Berto. I'm telling you right now.
He would easily.
He would easily beat Berto. Ness, I don't. What do you listen? You can look at rankings all you want, but this is a boxing show, right? And I watch boxing, and I'm telling you that Josito Lopez was outboxing Andre Berto with ease until he landed.
And I'm not disagreeing with you, but until Josecito Lopez can beat Andre Berto, he will not be ranked above Berto, and we won't be talking about Josecito Lopez versus Shawn Porter or anyone else in the top 10.
Correct.
So then why are we debating the obvious? It's not our fault Berto is ranked there, man. It's not our fault.
Well, that's box That's BoxRec.
But it's still, BoxRec is still universal with other rankings. They're only off by 1 or 2 fighters.
There was a fight that
they are vastly off sometimes.
Yeah, there was a fight that we saw.
Berto was ranked in the IBF, was he not? Now he's. I mean, matter of fact,
That's one rank. That's one sanctioning body.
Wait a minute. Okay, but that's what I'm telling you. All you need is one sanctioning body to add relevancy to your name. Last September, when Danny was going to fight Garcia, the runner-up was Andre Berto. He chose not to come to Philadelphia. You forgot? He was the mandatory because Amir Khan asked for emeritus status while he moved up. Man, you guys fucking forget quick. I don't need BoxRec. My shit is on cap right here in the brain. You just forgetting. Berto was ranked not too long ago. Amir Khan got a ranking that all he got to do is like a fucking Uno card or a spades card in a game of fucking cutthroat or something. You know what I mean? He's going to whip it out. WBC is going to have to give him a shot.
Yes, I'm going to say this, and we're going to move on, and you're never going to bring up BoxRec again. Do you know Babu Jack? He's ranked 9. He's ranked 9. He's ranked 9.
9 in what?
In his division.
No, but BoxRec is like the best, right? Right, MD? BoxRec is like
he's ranked 9 in his division.
I never said he was that BoxRec was.
It's not even close. Do you want to hear who's above him? Let's hear who's above him. Ness, BoxRec, the king. They have some type of algorithm which could easily be off. That's what it is.
Point system. We've discussed.
Berto Ramirez, George Groves, Arthur Abraham, James DeGale, Callum Smith, Felix Sturham's above him, Fedor Chubanov, Anthony Durrell. Then we have Babu Jack. Makes a lot of sense, right?
That doesn't make sense.
Total sense, right?
Where's James DeGale at? Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. James DeGale's number 4.
James DeGale's number 4.
Yeah, but behind George Groves.
No. But remember, it's a point system. Babu Jack suffered a knockout loss. They take certain points off you for suffering knockout losses and rounds.
Boxing math doesn't work. We know that. Come on, as fans, we know that boxing math doesn't work.
Listen,
Manny Pacquiao lost to an unknown named Filipino.
Wait a minute, because you guys are trying to gang up and it ain't cool. Am I saying that it's a fucking algorithm with math? No. This is just a barometer. This is just a gauge. We all know that Babu Jack and James DeGale will have to prove that in the ring.
I'm lost. No words.
And I said we get to the next topic because we have 16 callers that called in that are waiting to get to say what they have to say after we get into the last one. What's the last one about? A couple guys trying to throw down. Is it inside the ring or outside the ring?
Well, this last topic is a bit of a weird one, right? The only reason we have been bringing it up is because it became boxing relevant when Mayweather Promotions, About Billions Promotions, decided to really get behind this. And obviously, Chris Browne is a legitimate celebrity. I wouldn't say the same for Soulja Boy too much, but it's going to add some sort of entertainment. I'm wondering though if they would do this intelligently rather than just go for commercial appeal or right off the bat, maybe kind of masquerade this around a real fight to attract whatever, wild casual fans will show up to see Chris Browne beat up Soulja Boy. Again, all over the internet, obviously, you can see videos and everything of Chris Browne having a phone conversation saying, to Adrian Broder to set up the fight. Multiple videos of Chris Browne saying he's already accepted the fight. Videos of Mayweather hugged up with Soulja Boy and definitely Team Soulja Boy. 50 Cent in videos saying that he's going to put $100,000 on Chris Browne because Mayweather had some sort of conversation with one of Chris Browne's girls, so they don't get along, so he knows that they're going to bet against each other. So Mayweather's putting $100,000 on Soulja Boy. Even Andre Berto, who we just talked about, was putting $100,000. So whether this ends up not being much of anything, because there's even videos.
So why do these men all fuck the exact same whores?
Maybe because
do we have to use the word whores?
No, these women. No. I'm not generalizing about women. These women are whores. Like Ness knows exactly what I'm talking about. Floyd Mayweather has been in a few issues with guys who've slept with his wives and vice versa. You got to be a little smarter. There's a lot of women out there. But again, when your perception is Money Mayweather, you attract a certain type of woman who typically is a whore.
That is his opinion. Yeah. So, you know, now the twist is that 50 Cent put out on his social media that he and Mayweather were going to promote it. So then Browne took out to his social media really quick. And we're talking Instagram here. And, you know, he even said like, fuck 50, you know, like, but they got a date for this thing and everything. And like I said, Chris Browne himself is saying like he's accepted the fight. He just wants Soulja Boy to stop talking so much shit, stop talking about his daughter until fight night. So I guess we're going to get a celebrity boxing match mixed up with some actual fighters. Could we find anything positive to say about this?
Well, at least Chris Browne would be more famous for beating. Well, he'd still be more famous for beating Rihanna, but at least we would, you know, he actually beat up a man that we would know about. So,
that's like one of the main things that Soulja Boy continues to say throughout, you know, because, you know, each of his videos on Instagram end up being news, depending what he says. So all the, you know, hip hop blogs and major news outlets, TMZ, everybody's picking this thing up. It's like, I can't believe it. You know, it took me a few days to have to fucking mention it. I sent it this morning to Matt thinking that he was going to call me and be like, yo, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But even he, who's a hipster, realized that it's gotten that big where it must be at least mentioned because we are, you know, at the very least a news show. So we're reporting.
For the record, though, I did not say it should be one of the 5 main topics.
No, of course not.
Just for the record, all you actual hardcore fans out there, do not think that I betrayed you, okay? Because this is bullshit. Hopefully Chris Browne gets his ass kicked and we move on from this.
If they're mad about today's show, Jeff Horn versus Pacquiao is hardcore as fuck. Marcus Browne, Thomas Top Dog Williams, hardcore as fuck. Marco Huck with Briedis, hardcore as fuck. Just talking about Andre Ward, you got to be a hardcore.
But let me tell you one thing that I'm surprised these guys are fighting, because a lot of these rappers, man, we're talking about boxers now. We're talking about the current rappers, right? These dudes, if they have ever done anything, I guess, back in the street or fought, right? Nowadays, they have fucking real people who could fight, beat the shit out of people for them, right? So they're both fucking pussies, right? Soulja Boy's what, like 125 pounds? And Chris Browne beats up women. But based on their physiques, I'm definitely picking Chris Browne, because Soulja Boy looks like the biggest fucking, like, I don't know. It's like he has AIDS.
Yeah, my money's on Chris Browne for sure. Soulja Boy looks a little anorexic to me.
Tommy Hearns was tall and skinny and had an amazing right hand. So
yeah, he also
it's Tommy Hearns. It's Tommy Hearns. Come on.
I'm joking.
Are we really talking about this? Let me correct. Chris Browne's not a rapper, but he's in the hip hop scene.
Yo,
so
Chris Browne fights, man. I'm telling you, Berto's putting 100. Berto's seen him fight.
Yeah, you put hands on Rihanna. I mean, those are big punches.
You seen Bieber working out with TMT for a while. Even he was doing pad work pretty good. And don't laugh, because that shit ain't easy. I know it ain't easy. I know. And nobody on this panel could say it's easy, because I see.
Yo, Ronda Rousey looked. I mean, not as shitty as she looked in the fight when she did pads. The second they get hit in the face, shit changes, Ness. You know that.
That's right.
And I think both these guys have bitch in them, like, you know, quit, right? So that's what I mean.
I don't know, because this is going to be like the battle of who's tougher, because that's basically what it is. It's like one guy's a singer, so he's got to act like he's tough. The other guy is acting like he's a blood, so he needs to turn tough. This is just funny. Listen, look, we gave you 6 topics because we did talk about, you know, Shannon Briggs in Jamaica. Let's not forget, we could maybe have some jerk chicken and some Bob Marley. You just never know. Let's go out to Steve on Skype.
Hold on, Steve on Skype. Sorry about that, but Steve, the producer's got to interrupt you because we got to go out to those mighty fine people who help keep the lights on.
These calls are brought to you by our sponsor, El Camino Electrical Services, who have over 15 years of commercial electrical experience, servicing the whole Silicon Valley and the entire San Francisco Peninsula. Visit us at our website, elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Okay, take it away, Steve.
Yeah, what's happening? What's happening, Boxing Voice? You okay? Happy New Year to the team.
Happy New Year, brother. How you doing?
I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. You got a lot of topics and a lot of callers to get through today by the sound of things. Just want to touch on this Jeff Horn topic. I'm going to sound casual as fuck here, but I've never heard of Jeff Horn. Well, I've kind of heard of him. I've never seen him fight. But do you not think this has got a lot to do with Joseph Parker? Basically, Bob taking Manny over there to Australasia and just trying to get a bit of a frenzy going with boxing by taking his top man and the most popular man he's got in the stable over there before he starts promoting Parker. Yellow.
Well, I was trying to leave my co-host the opportunity to give their opinion, but I think that is a good idea. I think that, yeah, you soften the market up with your biggest cash cow. You get them loving boxing. Then you pull the wool under their eyes with a big heavyweight who they can appreciate. Because New Zealand and Australia, how far is that?
It's next door. So it's the same continent. It's Australasia. But it just looks like it's just straight up business deal, isn't it, really, looking at it? And it's quite sad for me as a Pacquiao fan to see him going up against a Jeff Horn at this point in his career. And the irony of it is, I think Manny would still be competitive with Fairman, with Garcia, with the top dogs at 147. I think he could still give them an interesting fight. So it's quite sad for him to be wasting time with the likes of Jeff Horn, I think.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't able to respond because I was, taking care of other things. But I think Ness and I were possibly thinking about doing a show with this. Like, we were looking up like Vegas odds about. They had odds for Crawford, Pacquiao, and they favored Pacquiao surprisingly to a lot of us. So yeah, Manny Pacquiao's still great. And have you seen? Are you?
I think he's looked good, MD. I think he's looked good since he's come back. He's looked. He doesn't really look like he's got out of second or third gear, and I still think, he decked Bradley, 3 or 4 times. He absolutely schooled Vargas in second gear. I think he could still be a name, an interesting prospect for the PBC guys at this stage in his career still. And it's just a bit of a shame. And I think he's hanging around for the Mayweather rematch, isn't he? That's clear to see. I think that he's just waiting for that. But the more Jeff Horns he fights, the weaker his negotiation position.
It could be Cotto. It could be a Cotto fight.
Oh, Jesus, don't say that. We don't want to see that, do we, really? I don't think.
I think I have a weird feeling about a Cotto fight happening. I feel like Cotto's going to knock out Kirkland.
With Cotto retiring after this year, most likely, it's likely that Cotto's going to look for a big money fight. Either Canelo or Pacquiao. It's going to be one of those two for Cotto.
Hey, he's got 3 fights this year.
It's going to be
there's going to be a last fight.
He's gonna have to blast through Kirkland to get me remotely interested in anything.
If he knocks on Kirkland in 1 second, it would have impressed me.
Facts.
That would be you just being mean.
No, it's me understanding.
Talk to us. How could it be anything than that when Kirkland just got knocked out by Khan and it was okay?
Khan?
Excuse me, Canelo.
Don't go back and forth, guys. Amin's time is gone.
I know. It's always MD who does it.
Yo, fellas, listen. A lot of good topics tonight. I think Horn and Pacquiao, yeah, it's a good business move. I heard of the kid in that one fight against Funaki, whatever the hell the guy's name is, but it's a business move. Maybe not the best fight. Maybe they'll set up the Crawford Pacquiao fight sometime after that. I don't know. That's pretty much it. I was just listening to the show, man. It's really, for me,
all right,
night, though, man. Go ahead. That's my call.
Soulja Boy or Chris Brown?
Yeah, that's right. Because there's a lot of hardcore.
Let's have some fun. There's no boxing this weekend. Let's talk about a fight that will happen.
Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy. Yo, how's that song
I got
go?
CB. I got CB all day.
Yeah, man. Chris, come on, man. Chris got all those dance moves. How the fuck can't he beat up Soulja Boy? He lose to Soulja Boy. He need to get all laser tat removal. You can't be
With that logic, Michael Jackson could be the pound for pound king of boxing.
Well, Matt, you tell me, Matt, how the fuck do you lose the Soulja Boy with all them tattoos? Like, just don't make sense.
Yes, because tattoos automatically equal how good you are at fighting.
Soulja Boy got a face tat.
It is
Wiz Khalifa's tattooed to his bones. I wouldn't say that he's like a bad, like, I wouldn't say he's got like a nasty left hook. I wouldn't suspect that.
Let's go to callers. We got more callers.
I messed up earlier, and it's because I was so excited to hurry up and get to callers and get to this person that once we finally started to do it, I lost track. I slipped up. It's totally my bad. Jose from Canada.
Oh, the woman beater, Jose from Canada.
All this rose, getting money like Jose, chain code Norway, shorty wants that full play. I'm like, no way, gotta rock it like Coldplay, killing it.
OJ.
Getting cheese like Green Bay. Call me
Yo, every time Jose call, I get happy. Gotta get to hit DSG, baby.
Sorry, Jose, my bad.
New Year, everyone. The first primetime show. No worries, man. First primetime show of the new year. Of course, I have to totally go to MD. Hopefully, he won't drag me down too long. But next time you speak of Andre Ward, I'd like it, instead of you always shitting on him, to give him credit for being the only boxer at that level to take the biggest challenge that's available in all of boxing, step up, fight against a killer, and beat him. And that fight got done relatively quick, man. We're talking a year and a half tops. So let's give him credit for that, man. For all the times you shit on the poor guy, even if you thought he lost the fight, at least give him credit for that. All right. Second point. Just wanted to talk again about polls related to that, man. Polls, you guys lived them with Hillary and Trump, man. Everyone thought that Hillary had it in the bag. Polls don't mean shit, boys. That's just fucking some geeks on the internet writing shit down. It doesn't mean anything.
There is no poll that had Trump or Hillary up 73%.
Well, it doesn't matter. There was no polls that had Trump winning. That's my point. The point is,
it's not true.
It doesn't matter what people think and what people say. What ultimately matters is what.
And technically, he lost the popular vote, so technically the polls are right in that regard. So
get back to boxing.
No, well, that's not what happened. Regardless, okay, you're just going down a black hole. Second of all, I had the fortune last year of going to 5 fights. I saw Canelo, Vargas Salido, Postol Crawford, Thurman Porter, and Ward Kovalev. And I'll be honest with you guys. The best fights I saw last year was Crawford Postol and then Thurman and then Ward Kovalev. They were boxers at the top of their level, and it's more exciting to see that than it was to see Salido Vargas. I don't know why everyone's giving credit to those guys. It's entertaining, but those are undercard fights. Those aren't the top of the sport, right? So at the end of the day, you want to watch the Super Bowl. You want to see the best two teams go at it. You don't want to see, 2 mediocre teams give a great match, right? So, I think we got to, as boxing fans, you guys are hardcore and always shitting on people that have casual perspectives, but no one is ever appreciating the top level of the sport itself, right? So I'm in shock for that. My vote is for Ward Kovalev for Fight of the Year, followed closely by Postol Crawford.
Yo, you know how I know you're a troll? Because you're casual, yet you thought Ward won.
No, he's a casual and thinks Postol Crawford was Fight of the Year contender. Let's be honest.
Honestly, listen,
I've not heard one casual fan say that Andre Ward won that fight.
Yo, listen, I'm telling you, I believed Kovalev won it. When I was there, I thought he won it because I thought it was close, and I thought Kovalev won the last round. The fact that Ward won made me happy, but at the end of the day, it was an amazing fight. He overcame a knockdown, and he went with beast, man. Give him credit for that. I don't understand.
Did you not listen to what I was saying before? I said that Andre Ward is such a talented fighter that even with one arm, he was able to make it competitive enough that some judges gave him the fight. And Sergey Kovalev is a highly flawed fighter that has no inside game. That's what I said. Did I not say that? Is that not giving Ward credit? I mean, also acknowledges the fact that his shoulder is injured and he's not the same guy he used to be. That's why I picked Kovalev in the fight.
He is. He beat a beast. He beat a beast. He did it. You guys should be giving props to him, and let's see the rematch. But until people actually give him the credit that he deserves, why should he even do it? You guys are just going to shit on him next year.
But how is that not credit? Jose, is that not credit? That's the thing. I'm not going to change how I saw the fight.
Every every time you speak of Ward, you're like, oh, he didn't win. Say it's close, but at the end of the day, the W is going to be there. And 10 years from now, everyone's going to know he won. No one's going to say he lost. There's been close fights all the time, man. De La Hoya, Trinidad, that's a fight that still has a lot of people wondering.
Nobody's going to remember Andre Ward.
You got to give it to Tito. Okay, peace.
Yo, Jose, don't be scared. Call back in if you want to. All you got to do is press 1 to get out the queue and 1 to get back in the queue. Anybody who's listening, because I do see a few numbers on the list that I do not recognize. If this is your first time listening, Jose is one of our Patreon members. He has opted to go with our Boomerang package, which allows him to call in. Whenever he calls in, he skips the line, and then he's able to get his 3 minutes. After he does that, if he should choose to call back in, like let's say right now, right away, immediately, he gets to skip the line again. That's what the Boomerang tag is for. So if you're interested in that, that's something you want, go check out our Patreon. And if you're watching on YouTube, past, present, or future, make sure you hit the thumbs up button.
Yo, Jose, call back and give us your pick of the TMZ match. Call back, Jose. We're
hung up. Let me get out to Skype. We're going out to Steve in Australia, right? It's on Australia, I think. I always forget. No, it's New Zealand, right? New Zealand. No,
Hello,
no.
Ness.
What's up, Steve?
Have you come back to me? Have I got this Boomerang? Carry on.
What? We didn't.
Yeah, we already went to. We did. We went to him earlier. He was the first person we went to.
Oh shit! All right, Steve. Sorry, I thought we didn't go to him. So I'll go to a new caller. Antonello, talk to us.
Evening, guys.
How are you, brother?
First time caller.
First time caller. So how'd you find us?
I found you on the internet about 2 years ago.
Nice, nice. So we're gonna give you this intro since you know the tradition, and then you get right into the call.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Evening, guys. Zooch here. Calling from Manchester, England.
Manchester, staying up late with us, man. So what's on your mind? Talk to us about this Pacquiao Jeff Horn. You know more about him than us, or what?
I don't know much about him, to be honest with you. I think not a good fight for Pacquiao to take at this stage of his career. He should be fighting some of the top guys. I'd like to see him fight Crawford.
Yeah, I like Crawford.
How do you feel about Crawford asking for $7 million and Bob Arum saying that's too much?
Way too much. I don't think he's earned anywhere near that kind of money, so I don't think he can even demand that. Not at this stage of his career. No chance.
And what about the celebrity boxing match? Who do you got in that fight?
Chris Browne. Too big.
Yo, Mayweather just tweeted out something else about this shit. I'm telling you, they're really trying to do this.
Yo, he could tweet about that shit, and he can't give Clarissa Shields a congratulations.
She's not signed to him. She's not signed to him.
Yeah, he's still, yeah.
But this guy. Can I just
go ahead, caller?
Can I just say something about Andre Ward? I think a lot of people should give him more credit because he stepped up. He fought Kovalev, who everybody thought was this beast, and all right, it was a close fight, but I think he deserves more money in the rematch because he's earned it. He has, and he's a main man now, so I think he should give him that money for that rematch, and I think that'll be his last fight.
Let me ask you a question, though. You know, in America, the fight did what, 13,000 people, and it did 150,000 pay-per-view buys. Where does that money come from?
I'm sure Jay-Z will find the money for that fight, surely. It's got to be a rematch. It was too close, so it's got to happen again, surely.
I'm not so sure about Jay-Z, but that's the thing. What I'm saying is, like, you could feel that way, but it's just, unfortunately over here, a fight like that, that's not promoted properly, it just doesn't do well. It doesn't make any money.
Yeah. One last point before I go. Somebody mentioned before about Khan versus Porter. Can I just say something? I'm from England, but over here, Khan's not liked because I don't understand why he's rated so highly. And if you look, who's he beat at 147? Nobody. So what he should do, cash in now, fight Brook in May, make his money and retire because if you look at all the other guys in that division, he's not going to beat anybody in the top 10. Absolutely no chance.
Well, it's not even controversial to say why Amir Khan's so loved. It's known. It's known.
Yeah.
Because everybody, literally everybody who comes from that region is a fan of Amir Khan. You know, if you come from the Middle East, you're a fan of Amir Khan because he does do. Listen, he does a lot of things outside the ring, not even the annoying things that if you do come from that region, you could support him. But they tend to overrate him because of that.
Hey, MD, what do you think of the tagline that Mayweather posted on the poster? Put the guns down and put it on the gloves. Chris Browne versus Soulja Boy live on pay-per-view.
Well, that's because Soulja Boy.
Hopefully,
that's because Soulja Boy and his gang posted a video talking about they were going to shoot Chris Browne with a bunch of guns. That's why it was a lot of fucking guns in that video.
Listen, I think that's the problem with these. Well, at least Soulja Boy, why I think has probably zero fighting ability, is why do you have to fight when you have a gun? So I think when he puts on that gun, he's going to get his ass fucking whooped. And I don't like Chris Browne, but he's going to whoop that ass.
They're putting pay-per-view on the flyer. I know they're just fucking with the fans. I know they're fucking with the fans. I know that this is all just bullshit.
It could be an internet pay-per-view.
But here's the thing.
Scary. That tag is scary, man.
Yes, a stream only. Okay, yes.
But Ness, here's stream only, a $10 pay-per-view or something like that.
Do it at the Mayweather gym. Too easy, man.
Oh my God,
That's
yes,
scary.
they would do it at the Mayweather gym, but they wouldn't get any seats. Chris Browne is too famous. They need to get seats.
It doesn't matter if they sell pay-per-view.
Listen, no. Fuck pay-per-view. We need it's Chris Browne. They're gonna make it an event. Come on, Matthew. Think bigger than that. We're talking about hip hop guys. These guys, they need an excuse to party.
Yo, they could put it on They could put it on BET.
They want to throw pop bottles and shit. Ace of Spades.
They would put on BET.
They would put on BET. That's not me being racist. It's me really.
Shit. Yo, Jose called back in. I wonder what Jose thinks. I'm gonna bring him on.
Wait a minute. We're talking about BET and all that bullshit, but don't forget 50 Cent got a backdoor deal with Showtime for that hit series Power. They re-signed that series, so he might.
This ain't on Showtime. Come on, this ain't on Showtime.
Showtime After Dark?
No fucking way, dude. No fucking way. Come on.
Al Bernstein calling?
Yo, what about
Bounce TV? Subscription dollars on Showtime for that.
We went from
holy shit. Look at Chris Brown doing the moves.
We went from almost possible to no fucking way.
But here's the thing, Soulja Boy, right? They're talking about shooting Chris Brown. When this motherfucker, when this little fucking dweeb puts down his gun and he doesn't have all his fucking thugs.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but Andre's right. It was Stars, not Showtime. Stars.
Yeah. So when he puts down his gun and he has all his fucking yes men step away, does he realize that he's going to be embarrassed on national television against a guy who
on national television
or whatever the fuck, to at least a guy who looks like he doesn't have HIV?
Yes.
Dude, the internet is better than national television.
And I just want to say this. I watched all that shit. Like, I'm a little, hip hop gossip whore. I watched it all.
Someone said MD versus Soulja Boy. I would knock out Soulja Boy in under 30 seconds.
I don't know about 30 seconds. But MD should be able to take him based on weight and just stamina. He's in shape. But I watched everything Soulja Boy put out. I swear.
And I don't have AIDS.
You're not gonna fool me. He ain't gonna fool me. He packed all his best friends in a car, right? Or a truck, obviously. And they went to whatever hood they could find early as fuck in the morning. And then acted like they were recording, like, yo, we out here in Compton right now. It was hilarious. Because you could tell it was so early in the morning. So then out of nowhere, I thought it was staged, but I guess it wasn't because they was about to fight and it's the same dude that's, chilling with Chris Brown. It's hilarious. You guys going to have to find it yourself. You know who did a good job putting it all together for you so you don't got to do any work finding it? Fight Hype. Go to their YouTube channel. They have an extended version. They pieced up all the Instagram clips into one giant video. Check it out. It's pretty funny when you watch it. Maybe you'll like it. Let's see. Let's get to some other callers here. We got a bunch of Skype callers we still got to get to.
No. Hold on. We got to get back to Jose from Canada. He's back on the line.
Jose going to make people mad with that Patreon status. Boomerang.
Jose.
Yo, man. Hey, too many shows I didn't call in, so I'm taking advantage of it today, guys. First of all, to that last caller who just called, and this is why I love the boomerang. I can address it immediately. Those who don't like Khan in England, are the people that are haters, because Khan actually came to the country where it actually mattered, and he fucking fought the people that mattered, and he did the fights that he had to do, man. He came to the States and he did it big, right? You want to be an actor, you go to Hollywood, right? So, I mean, if you guys are hating, it's because he wasn't out there bumming it up, fighting all those bums in Britain like Anthony Joshua. He's going to get his ass kicked this year. You know, Klitschko's going to take it, then Klitschko's going to come to America, and Wilder's going to fucking unify the belt. Just so all you guys know, that's what's going to happen this year. You know it, man. Bomb Squad. And he's going to be chilling with us at the TBV party, and, you know, that's going to be amazing. Second point, man. Pacquiao. Man, what the hell's wrong with Pacquiao? All I really want to see, and that's why I get criticized for being casual. I carry it in the blood. I want to see a Pacquiao-Mayweather rematch so bad. So I need to see Pacquiao fight and beat a top person in boxing, man. That's why I want to see a Crawford fight so bad. That's why I want to see him fight somebody with a name so he can beat him. He can beat him badly, and then there's going to be public pressure to see the rematch. And him fighting this nobody out in Australia, that's just Bob Arum being greedy. Bob Arum was there for the Parker Reese fight, and he saw how much money that the heavyweight guy created. And Bob's just thinking his wallet, man. Again, fucking us over. And I hate it, man. So hopefully Pacquiao does what's right, fights somebody at a proper level. Hopefully it's Crawford, beats him, and then we get to see the rematch, man.
Oh my God!
Hey, Jose, how do you feel that Amir Khan fought Canelo only for money?
Hey, man, I don't care about that. It's two big names. I wanted to see it. Who else would Canelo? That's another thing, man. Canelo, 2017, you better fight Chavez Jr. or you're a pussy.
He ain't fighting Chavez. They already
Chavez Jr. and then fight Triple G.
They're already saying that Chavez priced himself out. But Jose, you know, you made a lot of sense about something. I don't even know if you noticed it, man. Maybe you're right. I don't even know if you pieced this together about Jeff Horn. Yo, they could just put.
Of course.
They could put the other guy on the undercard. That's all.
Put Parker on the undercard, like put Joseph Parker on the co-main.
No, Jose. But you have to. You have to introduce him because he's a heavyweight, man.
No, you don't.
Nah, man. Heavyweights are the meal tickets
that have money. No, but listen. Before my time runs out, these countries that have money, if they bring big stars over there, they're gonna sell out no matter what. You bring Pacquiao to Canada, he'll fucking sell 60,000 entries, man. It's gonna happen no matter what. In Australia, the superstar, man.
Yeah, Jose, but I hear you. But what you want to do is you want to put someone who lives in New Zealand at least on the undercard so people can see him since they're coming out to see Pacquiao.
And New Zealand, Australia does have the money and resources. I don't think New Zealand does.
But my friend, you put him in Sydney on the undercard.
That's Australia. That's Australia.
I know, but it's at least closer for Joseph Parker than him fighting in the U.S. Don't you get what I'm saying?
No, that's true, and I agree.
And like you asked about Vladimir Klitschko, Deontay Wilder, Joseph, and Joshua, you're putting him on a Pacquiao undercard to introduce him to fight fans, bro.
Listen, I don't hate it if I don't have to pay for it. But again, I could also say that this fight means nothing. And Manny Pacquiao's fighting for money. Those are not being a hater. That's just saying how I feel. You know, and I actually, can you disagree with what I said? That's the thing. It's like people call me a hater for what? And there's another reason to hate Amir Khan. Because all he does is talk Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. He doesn't get those fights, so then he takes the next big fight, Canelo, for money, got knocked out. Then, now, he's not fighting Kell Brook again, and he's mentioning the next biggest guy, which is Miguel Cotto. That's a reason to hate Amir Khan, not just because you're a hater.
Or the winner of Garcia Thurman, let's be clear.
Agreed.
Let's get out to these phone lines. Jeez Louise. Is it safe to go the order now?
Unless Bruce or Compa decide to call in, we're good.
All right. So did we get to Amin?
Yes, we did.
And Donald?
No, we did not.
No.
Donald, Richmond, California, talk to me.
What's up, man? Boy, you know what? It's so much shit to talk about right now. I can't even get to everything. The first thing I want to say that really caught my attention is that Chris Browne and Soulja Boy thing. That's gonna be good if they do that, but they got to put that like on the part of a fight. And to get really into that topic like that, like I'm gonna tell you, because outside of like me working and all the stuff that I do, like me and my daughter, we go to the boxing gym and we do the boxing and stuff like that. And me and my cousins, we're always really competitive. And my cousin, he's like a heavyweight, you know, and he's like really in shape. And I challenge him all the time, and he always tells me that I'm crazy, and he always acts like he's like so good. But I always tell him I want to spar with him, and he's like fucking 235 pounds, and I'm like 165. It's basically like a super middleweight versus a heavyweight, but I don't care. I always take the challenge. And I've been telling a lot of my friends and stuff like, man, look, if you got a problem with somebody or y'all feel like y'all don't like each other, stop talking about guns. Stop picking up guns. Go in the ring and put some headgear on, a mouthpiece on, get the gloves and fucking box, and then be done with it at the end of the day.
Coins. Give him coins.
Nowadays, everybody wants to, you know, everybody wants to shoot and kill it. Everybody wants to shoot and killing each other. You know, I had a friend recently who kind of like did me hella dirty over $300, and I'm like, dude, you either need to give me my money or we got to get in the ring. I'm like, you got to see me. We got to get in the ring. And you know what? At the end of the day, after we get in the ring, like maybe we could be cool again, but be a man, fight me. And not too many people are like that.
But these aren't men, though.
Good. I think
that's the difference. You're a man. You're a man. You were raised right. You are a man. These are not men. Chris Browne is not a man the way he beat that fucking woman. And the way Soulja Boy talks and everything else, he ain't a man either. So just because you're a man and I like the – I'm the same way. Go ahead.
I would say Chris Browne is a little bit more than a man than Soulja Boy is. I mean, seriously, when I look at Soulja Boy, he looks like he's sick, like he's a cancer patient or he's got AIDS or HIV. That dude looks like he's about 110 pounds, and it's gonna be like, I mean, that match is gonna be like a bantamweight versus a light heavyweight. You know, that shit's gonna be crazy if they really do it. I know Chris Browne's gonna fucking hurt Soulja Boy, because so I seen a video, all these videos coming up on Instagram. Soulja Boy is doing these videos and he's lifting these weights, and then he was throwing all these punches, and I'm looking at him throwing the punches. I'm like, dude, you can't even punch. Like my 13-year-old daughter has like a better skill set boxing than what you have, but it's crazy. And then the other thing I could probably get onto before my time is up is the Andre Ward and Kovalev. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if Ward doesn't do that, like, and if you don't really want to fight Kovalev again, then fucking vacate the belts and retire if that's what you want. You know?
Yo, MD, I just want you to say that your wishes come true. I've officially become your, you know, I've signed the papers to Make-A-Wish Big Brother program. I'm gonna step in for you. You see Cut West in the chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see now if he signs the contract, or is he gonna be like Crawford and ask for $7 million? Yo, yo.
What I missed? The MD not duck Cut West and duck me? What's up?
Well, Cut West is 240 fucking pounds. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sparring Santiago tomorrow. He weighs 240 or 2 something.
What's the point of that?
Yeah. Where's Santiago at? Is Santiago on the line?
No, like what's up? Like
I think he is. I think he is on the line.
Like listen.
Hold on a minute. You shouldn't be Santiago. You need to be conditioning Santiago. See, that's the problem with y'all. Y'all be taking advantage of each other. But I'm gonna Cut West up. I'm gonna teach him a lesson.
No. But here's the thing. It's like, what do you like? I get like doing shit, but like I don't see the point. Like, Matt, what's the point of that? Like, are you just like what? You're gonna like work on shit or like actually try to fight him?
Yeah, like we're just sparring. Like I'm not gonna try to go all out. Like I'm just gonna try to work on stuff.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy. I ain't never sparred nobody in my life, except for Porter, and that was a joke. Like not a joke, but like games, fun. Joey, talk to me.
That glass body.
Yeah, I do got a glass body. I would have to do a lot of sit-ups from here to the day I beat Cut West up. Joey, you're gonna have to come to TBV Appreciation Night. Now we're gonna do a live exhibition. I'm gonna beat up Cut West. Everybody gonna finally get to see him. Monster P's gonna love it because she hate him, so it's gonna be on. She gonna bring all her cousins too. A bunch of Dominican girls gonna watch Cut West.
Listen, I'll tell Cut West he has to run 3 miles. We'll both run 3 miles, and then if you're still alive, then I'll definitely box you.
Oh man.
Yo,
Hey,
that
man,
would be
so,
tough.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on, Joey?
Hey man, I feel like a real casual tonight because I never even heard of, is it Jeff Horn or Joe Horn?
Wait. I
heard
got
of this
something
dude. Like, I
especially
feel
for
like-
you.
Who the fuck is that guy?
That made me so happy that you have that soundbite now. That made me so happy.
I guess the only good thing that you said when you guys were talking about it earlier is that it's going to be on free TV. So I really don't even have a problem with it, man. I was just when you guys were talking about it, I was hoping you didn't say pay-per-view. But if it's on free TV, man, at this point, man, he's done everything he can in the sport. He can, let him. If he wants to do that fight, let him do it. That's when you brought up. Is it Marcus Top Dog versus Marcus Browne? Man, that card is shaping up because I think you forgot to mention Gary Russell's going to fight on that card too. So that's
we mentioned that.
Yes, Gary Russell versus
fights on that card
Oscar Escaldón. That's a good little matchup, bro. I'm going to Cincinnati for that, man. I think
last week that fight.
I think I
I'll
ain't
be
gonna,
there then. I'll see you there, man.
Yeah.
That's more.
I was gonna go to the Wild. I know he gonna be mad. He be listening too, but I don't know, man. It's a quadruple header over there. Even though Wilder got a triple header with heavyweights, but they're a little sexy in Cincinnati. And Browne knows how to put on a show. I'm telling you. If you never been to a Browne fight, go to one. It's exciting, especially if you you into that kind of hip hop scene, that Soulja Boy scene.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild in there, man. I'm still waiting for tickets. Haven't been on sale yet because I think they have to switch arenas because it was gonna be at the U.S. Bank, but I think something is booked that night, so they're trying to find an alternate arena. So hopefully soon, man, that I can get these tickets. As far as Ward and Kovalev, I mean, again, I gotta say with Ward, I guess when you've been in the sport so long and you've beating everybody that's been fun to you, you can call shots. So I'm not holding my breath for a rematch. I really don't think we're going to get it this year, maybe next year, so I really don't know what's going to happen. I would like for Kovalev just to maybe get busy again and come back and, start knocking guys out. And then the whole, I'll go real quick, Soulja Boy and Chris Browne, man, I like that because that means we get another 50 Cent versus Mayweather beef, man. I always love that. So but that's my call, man. Y'all be good.
All right, Joey. See, everybody like Soulja Boy, but everybody talking about it. You know why? Because credit to Matt and MD, because the internet is powerful and social media is powerful, and that's why we're talking about that. And that's the same reason that these boxing promoters need to invest in, promotion on social media. Let's get out to a new caller. We got Ryan.
Oh, hold on. Before we get out to the new caller, we got to go to one of our other boomerangers who just called in. He must have heard me say his name earlier. We have Compa de Los Angeles on the line. Nice, you can play that intro.
Hello.
Hey, what up, Boxing Voice? Happy New Year. Well, for right now, I'm Compa de Beverly Hills. But what's up? What's cracking, Boxing Voice? MD, what up, Ness? What up, MD? What up, Steven? Good looking out. Who else is on?
Yo, Compa, remember me? I met you at the Charlo J-Rock fight.
Oh, shit. What's up, Matt? Of course.
What's up, man? Hey, for everyone that doesn't know, I tried to get a picture with this guy, and he was like, nah, I work for Al Heyman. I don't take pictures.
Nah. Hey. Nah, I said I was the boxing voice, Al Heyman. Hey, but what are the subjects that you guys are discussing?
Manny Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn. Andre Ward talking retirement. Soulja Boy versus Chris Browne. Some hardcore topics.
Oh, hey, what's up with that Soulja Boy, Chris Browne? Hey, that's the fight, man. We gotta make it happen.
Everybody's gonna be so mad because I knew it. Yo, people just love gossip. I told you. Oh shit, Compa fell off. Dang, Compies. That's no good.
Al Heyman got it, man. He was like, you don't talk to the boxing
You
voice.
can't say Al Heyman's name 3 times in a row, man. I gonna end up gone. Let me get to some other callers then. Who we got? We got.
Hey, go to Tone. Tone's been on forever.
Yeah, but there's a line, brother.
Yeah, even though Tone might have been on listening, he might not have pressed 1 as early as some other people. So we gotta go by that.
Back out to this is Richmond, California again. I think he called in earlier. You there? Richmond.
Hey, Ness, what's happening?
What up?
Not much, but first time caller.
What's your name, brother?
Call me Rollo.
Rollo.
Yeah, man, I just subscribed to that Patreon about 3 days ago, man. I'm excited.
Oh, now I know exactly who you are. Yep, Rollo on Patreon. I seen it the other day. Thank you so much for the support, brother. So how long have you been listening, and how'd you find us?
I've been listening about 3 months. I found you on that Stitcher. I was looking up boxing, and ever since I've been hooked up. I love it, man. I'm listening almost daily.
Sweet. Well, shout out to Stitcher, man. You could drop us a review too there. They allow that. But Rollo, man, obviously you know the tradition. 3 months, you already been invested. We're going to go ahead and give you this first-time caller intro. Introduce yourself any way you want, and then walk down the topics. We got Jeff Horn, Manny Pacquiao. Hardcore fight, Marcus Browne versus Top Dog Williams. Another hardcore fight in Marco Huck versus Mairis Briedis. And obviously, we're talking Andre Ward saying he was going to retire. And if he is going to fight, he wants to be treated like the A side. And there's some good old celebrity boxing. Chris Browne versus Soulja Boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Rollo from Fresno.
Rollo from Fresno. Talk to us, brother.
Hey, man, I'm getting sick of Pacquiao. I'm tired of all that bullshit. Man, we've been dealing with him for, 5 years? Now, I thought he was going to fight Ward. Now we ain't getting nothing, man. I'm never going to order any of his fights ever again.
You mean you thought he was going to fight Crawford?
I'm sorry. I thought he was going to fight Crawford. Yeah. And I was all stoked. We've been listening to him about 3 days. And then this bullshit, man, for the last couple of years, we got to deal with him being a senator. He turned Catholic a couple of years ago. It's always something with him. And it ain't about boxing anymore to me.
Well, we did do a show a little earlier today that probably went under most people's radar. So you got to check your iTunes or come back on here to YouTube so you can get those notifications. But we did discuss as to what exactly took place with the Crawford fight falling apart. I mean, Crawford is alleged to be asking for $7 million to fight against Manny Pacquiao. So, financially, I can see it being a bit difficult to, make that fight happen due to, both purses for both fighters being high.
I got you. I just think that they could have made it happen. I think Bud would have took. I think they were offering Bud lower on the back, in the background. But anyways, I wanted to talk about Ward if I could. Man, Ward Kovalev, I was there in Vegas, and I don't know, in the stands, everybody was pissed because Kovalev got robbed. Anyways, hopefully that we'll get another fight again. I just wanted to call in and tell you guys that, man, I really love the show, and I'm going to be at the Gennady fight coming up in 3 months. Hopefully I can run into you guys.
That's perfect, man. I'll definitely be there, Rollo. Hopefully from here to then, we can convince you to come for the Garcia Thurman, because we're going to be having our third TBV appreciation night. You could definitely head on over to ThaBoxingVoice.com to reserve your tickets and check out information on our past events. See all the big name fighters that came and just hung out with us. Definitely check that out. Rollo, man, thanks again for the support on Patreon. And I'm hoping that you're enjoying all the content that you're receiving there and all the extra content that we're giving you here. We got a couple of more alumni we're going to get to coming down the line here.
what's up, man? I want to touch on this Crawford Pacquiao whole situation. First of all, this is not a mega fight. This is a great fight, but not a mega fight. I think both of the guys is outpricing each other. For example, the Canelo and Cotto fight, the purse was split 20 million. Cotto got 15 and Canelo got 5. Because that was a mega fight. It was going to generate a lot of money. And Canelo was the B side, which is Terence Crawford. He's the B side. So he asked for more money than Canelo got. And Canelo is a bigger star than Crawford. I mean, sometimes you just gotta take a sacrifice and look at the bigger picture after you beat the superstar Manny Pacquiao. And Manny Pacquiao, he asked for 20 million, and the fight is not going to do more than 600,000. It's just not. Pacquiao is not generating that much pay-per-view no more. So, I mean, both of these guys gotta, cut down the price a little bit to make the fight happen. Because Pacquiao, he's not gonna fight this guy Jeff Horn. He's not gonna fight that. I'm not buying that. You know what I'm saying? I think they either gonna make the Crawford fight or the Lomachenko fight. And as far as Ward and Kovalev, Ward has to come back and fight Kovalev. You just got to. When it's a close fight like that, you got to come back and redeem it. As far as like what Floyd did with Castillo, he jumped right back in there and blew the guy out. And Pacquiao with Marquez, like you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Because that's always gonna hunt. I don't think he's gonna retire with a controversy win like that on his record. So yeah, that's all I got.
Santana, man, good call as always. Definitely been calling for years now, man. Hopefully one day you can make it to one of the appreciation nights and we can finally get to meet you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia.
You got your block on fire, remain in the cheese. Until the moment you expire, you know what it is. You make nothing out of something, you handle your biz. You don't be crying, and it's something you will be cheese.
Damn, don't tell me my truck driver fell asleep. And no, wake up. Hey, get off the road.
It's been known to happen.
We're going to Antonio and on to Albany. Antonio, what's up?
Yo, what's going on, man? Yo, shout out to everybody who's on the whole plan right now. BoxingMD, Nes, Matt, Gaderon. But, real quick, and also shout out Patreon. Nes, I know I've been slacking, but I got you already. So, real quick before I get to the main headlines, per Patreon, Devin Alexander's coming back. Fuck out of here. That dude has been out the game for, almost 3 years if you think about it? Hell no. But if you can get him on the line, that'd be cool. See what he got next coming up in 2017. But as far as the topics, to be honest with you, man, I'm mad at Pacquiao and this whole Jeff Horn, negotiations or fight coming up. How the fuck you gonna ask for 20 million to fight Crawford? But for anyone else mentioned, you don't ask for nothing. You know what I mean? That's when you fucking know that he's ducking. He's really ducking Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Like, for 20 million to fight Crawford, damn well Bob Arum is not going to pay Pacquiao that type of money. So that fight, I don't think it's ever going to happen based on Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see it happening with Pacquiao demanding that type of money. So fuck Pacquiao.
But who is Pacquiao fight? Like, Pacquiao doesn't have this history of ducking fighters, so why now?
No,
the Floyd Mayweather fight wasn't made for 5 years.
That's 20 million. Just for the demand that he's asking for to fight Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Like, why 20 million? No one does that. Especially the type of year that he has. I mean, yeah, he had a good year, Vargas and Tim Browne, but ever since Floyd Mayweather, he doesn't have the right to ask for that type of money. 20 million to fight Crawford? Come on, man. That's like almost ludicrous. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm off that topic.
Yeah.
But as far as man, you just made me forget it. The fuck? Oh damn, I was about to say something, and D, man, you made me forget, bro. But yo, I really forgot what the fuck I was about to say, bro. Damn.
It's that Kush.
Don't they have Kush that makes you remember more? They have all different strands of weed out there, right?
No. But you know what though? As far as this whole celebrity boxing match, you know, I saw Floyd Mayweather's tweet or whatever it was on social media. This dude really put out there it's gonna be a pay-per-view. He really put that out there. If you look at that meme or whatever he put out there,
but Antonio, don't get upset. Think about it. It's going to be on some sort of internet pay-per-view or something, because what network is going to back a celebrity? Like, you know, they got to do it that way.
It could be an internet pay-per-view.
Time's up. We got a lot of callers, a lot of alumni too. So sit tight, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming down the line. I'm going to get to my guys out on Skype. They've been up all night, man. It's 2 in the morning over there.
Before we get to the guys on Skype, more importantly, continue to hit the likes and share. We don't have to remind you guys, but
it makes
do
sense.
remind you guys, because there are people just come. I know. Well, again, we will continue putting out, whether it's me, whether it's one of the producers or anybody else, we will put on more content. And we're always here every Thursday and Sunday.
That's right, man. Appreciate us by hitting that thumbs up button and sharing the show in the future, present, or past. We're going to go out to Skype. Sensa, talk to us.
Yeah, what's good, Nest? What's good, MD? What's good, Steve, producer, everybody? How you all doing? You good? Happy New Year to you all. Hope you're having a good evening. Thanks, so I just joined up the Patreon. Anyone out who's watching the show and listens to the show, you got to show some support on the Patreon. That's the first call. That's the first thing you have to say. But earlier on, I was listening to Jose from Canada, and he was saying that the UK fans are hating on Amir Khan now because he came to Hollywood and he did the big shows and he lost. But we already knew from the Briedis Prescott fight that Amir Khan was chinny. So we knew, the real fans knew that Amir Khan was never gonna take on Canelo or beat Canelo, and we already had them feelings about Khan. A few other things that was mentioned, just a quick one, is that AJ beats the Bronze Bomber all day long. The other thing is, I heard you were talking earlier about Shannon Briggs and what does Shannon Briggs bring to boxing. Well, I work in an office full of people that don't like boxing. I'm the only person there that likes boxing. And Shannon Briggs has got my entire office of people walking around saying, "Let's go, champ, let's go, champ." So he's bringing boxing to people that don't like boxing. They all know who Shannon Briggs is, and they know about David Haye now. They know about Klitschko. They know all these people that Shannon Briggs is following around because they see the viral videos, and Shannon Briggs is bringing people to the sport that we all love. So it's all positive from Shannon Briggs, and there's so much stuff that you guys have brought up tonight. I have to say the show's been great tonight. You guys are killing it, and I think Ward needs to do the rematch because I believe, like MD says, I believe Ward lost that fight with Kovalev. I think Ward needs to prove it, but I don't think he will do it. But I don't know. What do you guys think about the Shannon Briggs factor? Do you think he's still relevant, or do you think it's all just a fake hype? I don't know what you guys think.
I don't think the hype is fake because he's been putting in like real work to build up the character that he's been, projecting out there for everyone to see. He's very positive. Everybody loves him. He's like the go-to uncle for like inspiration and advice. However, as in terms of how good of a fighter he still is, it's really hard to tell because of the type of opposition. And I am curious to see how he will do.
I think that Shannon Briggs has talked himself into a place where he was on, and this is another thing, he was on the Joe Rogan Experience, which is a huge platform. And that's good media exposure for him. And you know what it does? It gets everybody talking about boxing because Shannon Briggs is a boxer, and he's going to be fighting a boxer that might beat him. So
yes, everyone's talking about him, but he's going to lose to any credible top 20, top 30 opposition. So it doesn't matter at the end of the day because the hype train or the showcase will end at some point.
Are you sure? Top 30? I think he could be the top 30 guy.
But what?
I think he's a top 30 guy too.
What if
Amir
he goes
Mansour wipes the floor with him.
he starches Oquendo in Jamaica and we all get Bob Marley? Stop hating on this fight. I want Shannon Briggs
I love
versus
this fight.
Oquendo in Jamaica. That's what they're talking about. Let it happen. I want that.
And
I live in the States. I'm sorry. I'll let you finish. My bad.
What's up, Senzo?
Oh, sorry, brother. And the other thing I was going to say is the Pacquiao Crawford discussion about the money being too much. Now, I know a lot of people in the boxing world dislike Eddie Hearn, but if those fighters were UK-based fighters and they were demanding any type of money, Eddie Hearn could provide that fight and get the Crawford-Pacquiao fight happening because of the hype train that Eddie Hearn creates. I feel that he could promote that fight. So the fact you in the US, which is a much bigger country with, you know, a much bigger fan base, that the money is a problem. If that fight was based in the UK, it wouldn't be a problem. Eddie Hearn would get that shit at Wembley, 80,000 fan. Botch would appear and knock Groves out, and then the fight would happen after it. You know, like I think that if that fight was UK based, it would happen.
There's not a bigger fan base out here. There's just more people.
Yeah. I mean, why don't we ever try to go over there? I mean, right now they have the most champions. Why? I mean, I think it's the television thing. Like, we don't have the accessibility. If there were a way for us to watch their channels in real time, plus the time difference is just so much, but the market is there. Because you think about it, right? We're over here saying that Crawford wants a lot of money to fight Manny Pacquiao, right? He wants too much money to fight Manny Pacquiao. $7 million is too much money, but Charles Martin made 5.6 to fight Anthony Joshua in the UK.
Yeah, but that sounds ridiculous because we've accepted the fact that Anthony Joshua is a bigger star than Pacquiao.
All I'm trying to say is more Americans need to go to the UK if they want to make big time money. It ain't gonna happen over here. Listen,
you hated on what's his name for doing it. I'm not gonna mention him.
Who? What? Which one? What's the name?
Didn't mention him the whole show. But you hated on somebody for doing that.
Yeah, because he went over there in a handicap, Mister. I'm feared. No one wants to fight me, but let me pick on a fucking welterweight.
Billy Joe Saunders is taking pictures of his dick on social media,
and somehow you're the only one
Is
that
he really?
always brings it up.
Yeah, because a legit.
You screenshotted that shit.
Did you send it to me?
Oh my god! And you said, "Can you send it to me?" What the fuck am I?
What?
No, I'm asking. Like, did
Wait
you
a minute.
send it?
No,
Like, 'cause
so
you
that
say like
means
he
he did
screenshotted it. So how do you know that he screenshotted it? Like, that's all I'm asking.
Did you just say, "Can you send it to me"?
No, I said, did you?
No, he did send it to me because he's fucking gay.
The reason I sent it, yeah, because I'm gay. I'm real. Ness knows how gay I am, right?
Pics in his pocket and shit. I mean, what the fuck? I don't know.
I sent it to Ness because I'm like, look at this motherfucker who's yo. The context of it. Can I give a context of the fucking?
Yo, he's just gonna talk. Oh yeah, he's like, fuck that.
He said I'm injured. Billy Joe Saunders said I'm not fighting. I'm injured. Showed an injury and had his dick out.
Joe get his call.
Yo, hold on. You weren't supposed to go to Info Joe. You went straight to them without checking with the producer. Got Compa who's coming back with a boomerang, so Compa's back.
Hey, yo, what up? Oh shit.
Compa, what up?
Hey, what up, guys? My bad, my phone died, but yeah, I just wanted to say, man, I could see like the WBC making like a little interim title for that celebrity fight, with Soulja Boy and Chris Browne. Can't you guys? Hey, Ness. Hey, look, check it out, Ness. And I could really see Mayweather, Don King, busting a Don King on like Chris Browne and Soulja Boy, giving them a flat rate and then taking out a pay-per-view. Hey, but look, check this out. I just want to tell everybody, man, support the Boxing Voice, jump on Patreon, it's a good shit. Everybody's, the Boxing Voice is giving us good content and, support, man. One day, I know when, like in a few years, man, I'm going to wake up one day, man, and turn on the TV and I'm going to see Ness and whoever else is on, on like a little boxing first take. So everybody support, man.
That's what I'm talking about, Compa. All right, now let's get to Mr. Info Joe, but let's give MD an opportunity to say what he wanted to say.
I have nothing to say about that. The only thing I have to say is that, again, if you guys remember the context of the dick pic that Billy Joe Saunders said. No, it was because he was injured.
Yo, let go
That's
of
the
the
humor
shovel.
over there. That's the
Let
humor
go of
over
the
there.
shovel. Let go of the shovel. You about to put the show. Yo, compa said he's gonna wake up and find us on ESPN talking about we some sort of first take. No, if MD keeps talking like this, he's gonna wake up and find us on fucking Bravo with Bravo Andy.
Hey man, the fact that you know that means you're pretty gay. I don't even know who those people are.
True. Might be true. You might be true. Hey, Steven, do you want to you still got compa back there.
That was my bad. I thought I mean.
This portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my brother.
Yo.
What up, Info Joe? What's up? What's going on?
What up? You know it ain't no show without Info Joe in the house. What's up, MD, Nest, the hostess with the mostest, the super producer Steven, Matt, you know where you at.
What up, brother?
What's up?
Yo, let me find out we got our own version. Hey, Info Joe, let me find out you're our own version of Floyd Mayweather Sr. and shit. Everything rhymes.
I know, man. I know. I'm a bit of a poet sometimes, Hey, as far as Chris Browne and Soulja Boy, man, don't believe the hype, Dan. Them dudes ain't no real game bangers, man. Them dudes be getting extorted out here in LA. They be faking the funk, man. But on a positive note, good that they're boxing instead of shooting each other at the club. That's for sure. I want to talk Crawford and Pacquiao. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. When Danny and Browne was offered $4 million to fight Pacquiao, I said, take it. My theory is this. If you beat a legend, you become a legend. If Crawford beats Pacquiao, he becomes the biggest star in boxing overnight. He could write his own check. So if I was Crawford, I would take 5, beat Pacquiao, and in a rematch, you can ask for 20. Also, I wanted to, y'all know I'm a big Andre Ward fan. He's from my state. I call him the Cali King. I went to bat for Ward, arguing, debating people about the Kovalev fight. He's really disappointing me talking about retirement. If he doesn't take the Kovalev rematch, man, I'll be real disappointed, man. And as far as Berto and Porter, man, that's a good fight, MD. It's better than Algieri versus Berto, and I think it'll be pretty exciting, man. On its own card, I believe, too. What was the other topic?
Would you say Porter, Berto?
Yeah, because remember you got negative about it.
Berto.
No, I'm saying that Berto wouldn't want that because Porter would steamroll him. Porter's good, man. He's just not. He doesn't have.
You said that, but you also said, why do we keep talking about Berto like he's a top welterweight?
Hell no. The Algieri. Wait. The Algieri Berto fight will be way more competitive.
No. You might have a point there, but I think it'll still be more of an exciting fight with Berto versus Porter, as far as for a casual fan to look at. Algieri is going to do a whole lot of boxing, man. That's the only way I think he can win that fight. And he could win that fight by outboxing Berto because he does have the reach and he does height. He's a lot taller. So I think he could edge that fight out with Berto. But I think Porter, as far as the eye test, Porter and Berto, man, it would be a real exciting fight, though. What was the other topic, though? What was one more I think you guys are talking about?
Manny Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn.
Y'all hit those thumbs up. What I call it, thumbs up, Patreon. Boxing Voice #1, pound for pound. That's my call, and I'm out. Peace.
Info Joe, thanks for calling in, brother. Too tough. Brooklyn.
Yo. What up, Boxing Voice? What up, Ness? What up, MD? What up, Matt? What up, Steven? Listen, check it out. I don't know why so many people negative on the Pac versus Horn fight, man. Y'all got to look at it in a better eyes, man. if Pac, because y'all already said that Aaron was talking about putting it on free TV. Any fight that Pacquiao is on free TV is going to get like 10 to 12 million viewers, man. The only thing I don't understand is if it's in Australia, how you going to put it on free TV here? Because it's the time difference. Like, it's crazy. It'll be on too early here. But if he put Pacquiao versus anybody on free TV, enough casual fans will look to see Pacquiao fight or whatever the case is. And like y'all said, if Parker get on the undercard of a fight like that, that's like Arum introducing the world to his new cash cow. But Parker can't fight Fury or Miller or somebody that he might not look good against. He got to fight like Price or somebody that he can knock out early so that, you know, people will want to tune in for his next fight. If he looked like he did against Ruiz or against Takum, then people ain't going to really want to tune in for him. Briggs versus Oquendo. I hope it's in Jamaica so Ness, you could get them rum punches, whatever.
I know.
I'm saving this for last. Yo, my wife been talking about it all day. Chris Browne versus Soulja Boy. But I'm going to talk about it from a different aspect because Adrian Broner, I thought Chris Browne like called Adrian Broner, said like promote the fight or whatever, and now it's a Mayweather promotion. So that little news thing might be something like Mayweather might have snatched the promotion from Adrian Broner at this fight. And, you know, who knows? That might add some more drama to the Adrian Broner-Floyd saga. And if this fight happens before Broner's fight, then Broner being involved with it, you know, could help the views on his fight. And, you know, that's basically it. Hit some thumbs up, people. It's my call, y'all.
Too tough. Good call, man. Good call. Look, see, even his wife, even the wife of a boxing fan was talking to Chris Browne. It was good call on Matt, the hardcore, to pick that topic. Yo, no one call you a hipster ever again with that one, man.
Yeah, but what did your girlfriend do last Saturday?
I did not pick that topic. Why are you saying I picked that topic? Like, why? Like, why are you saying that?
She went to see MM Gay.
MM Gay? Is that what you just said?
MMA. What is wrong with you and MD today? Oh man. Where is your mind's in the gutter, bro? You guys are out of control today.
You know, like I know, you should lie low. Killer, I used to get it in Ohio.
Get it in Ohio. Yeah, man. 3 shows in one day, man. Boomerang customer, I become today. Pathion, I'm on it today, and I'm reserving my ticket tonight for the show. So yeah, y'all didn't kill it today, man. On my day off, y'all didn't kill it. But I guess can I say, is it unanimous that you guys are approving of the Jim Horn Pacquiao fight as a panel? Is it unanimous?
No, it's not unanimous at all.
For the benefit of boxing and understanding the reality that we live in, understanding that Bob Arum isn't going to do business with anyone else. He wants to maximize with you know, with Top Rank and his company. The quotes are, as said, you know, they said it themselves. Look, we're part of Bob Arum. We have a relationship, so it just makes in-house.
Can you answer the question, Ness? Is it a good move or a bad move?
Well, some of us on the panel kind of feel like Pacquiao really doesn't need to be fighting still at all, right? We could use him as a good a barometer for some of the young guns that are still roaming the welterweight landscape.
It's not even that. It's not even that.
If Pacquiao can get in front of millions of people in Australia, do it, man. Do it. Why not?
It's because I want to see the best fight the best, and Crawford's better than Jeff Horn. Fact.
Well, then Crawford shouldn't have priced himself out.
That's speculation. You know that, man. You don't know that.
Just like you speculating on the other end. So again,
jacked. I am getting jacked. I say that to say this. I mean, if y'all gonna say that is acceptable or that is an okay fight, but for some reason you guys are gonna have any type of reservation about a possible Berto and Porter fight, which is way more competitive than a Pacquiao Horn, I don't get it. And I'm also talking the aspect of this. Pacquiao gives a fuck if Pacquiao gets 3 billion views in Australia. He's already out. He's an icon in boxing. He is a legend in boxing. If he gets 30 billion views on a free television fight in Australia, it makes no fucking difference. Who does it matter to? Nobody.
Because, I mean, who's he going to fight next? He's still going to have a negotiation process with Terence Crawford next, no matter what. So if us as boxing fans, if we support this, man, just look at this, man. When Mayweather was about to retire and he fought Berto, people was up in arms. This motherfucker Horn is about to be 14.
We were okay with it when we heard it was on free TV, but when we heard pay-per-view, we were like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, man, look, man, Horn is not Ortiz. He's not Guerrero. He's not even Berto. And this will make, since 2013, he even fought Chris Algieri, fucking Brandon Rios, and then it's going to be fucking Horn. And this is an icon that we are letting get.
No, Jeff,
first and foremost.
Excuse me, not Jeff. I'm fucking thinking of Jeff Horn. Jay Will, listen, what you're forgetting is that argument or that way of thinking was okay before Pacquiao Mayweather happened. After we got a definitive who's better, it's okay for Pacquiao to act human because we thought he was superhuman at the time. We thought those two guys were
Jesse Vargas is human. Jesse Vargas is human. No, Jesse Vargas is human. Horn is bullshit. Stop it, man. There's levels to this. As an icon, as a legend, we have to expect certain things. Horn is so, it's like this. It's like the Golden State Warriors versus a top 5 college team. Even though Horn is a professional fighter, he is levels and levels and levels below Pacquiao.
But what if it's on free TV? Does it change your opinion at all? If it's on free TV,
I don't give a fuck if I don't give a.
When's the last time either guy's fought on free TV?
I don't care if it's on free TV. I don't care if it's on free TV. I don't care if it was in my damn backyard. I will look at it occasionally through my back window in my fucking backyard because I know what the fuck the result's going to be. I mean, this shit is it's laughable. And for us to still support Bob Arum, for us, as a community of boxing, we have to fucking bring a halt to this bullshit. I mean, we should. I mean, make him cross the line. The only way we can make him cross the line is by not supporting this bullshit.
Why don't you put pressure on Terence Crawford to counter that offer then?
There wasn't even a negotiation.
On my earlier call on the earlier show, I said he should take the 3.5 because when he got to the cash cow, he is nowhere near accomplished as Mayweather or Pacquiao when they got to the cash cow of De La Hoya. They were 3-time division champions. They had like Diego Corrales, Gotti. They had, Pacquiao had Eric Morales. He had fucking Marquez. Motherfucking Terence Crawford has nobody on his resume except for Gamboa and Postol. That's it. So he cannot ask for a little bit less than half like Pacquiao and Mayweather got when they fought the cash cow. So we got to keep everything in its proper perspective. And I think Pacquiao has every right to ask for 20. Shit, if he's been getting 20 for all these years, why should he take a pay cut for fighting a dog? It makes no sense. So again, the more we support this bullshit, the less we're going to keep getting. So everybody should be up in arms about this Horn shit, and everybody should stream the fuck out of it. Nobody should pay for shit. Nobody should even watch it on free TV. Everybody should stream that shit if they possibly could. Man, fuck Top Rank, fuck Bob Arum for even suggesting this fucking dumbass fight to us, man. That's my call.
All right, Jay. Well, thanks for
call of the night. I'm just saying it. Call of the night, easily.
I see you enjoyed it.
He said fuck a lot.
I see you enjoyed it, but the thing is this, right? The one thing I waited for him to finish so that I can kind of counter was he said, why fight Jeff Horn? It does nothing. Pacquiao's already a star. It does nothing. Who's he going to fight next? He's still got to negotiate with Terence Crawford. Aha! He fights in front of a bunch of people in Australia. It does nothing. Pacquiao's already a star. He's still got to negotiate with Terence Crawford. Aha! Nobody watch fucking Coming to America. What's wrong with you losers?
Listen.
Anyway.
1 second. It's possible to say that this fight means nothing, but not be so angry at the circumstances that Ness described. I think that's kind of the approach that I am, and I think Ness is taking too.
I don't think you're at all upset about him picking Jeff Horn. That's what it seems like. Now, you could be, but you have portrayed a way of, oh, who cares? Terence Crawford priced himself out. Fuck Terence Crawford.
No, I didn't
Now
say fuck
Jeff Horn.
No.
That's what it seemed like.
My thing is that Manny Pacquiao is doing something that really, I guess, doesn't involve most of the welterweight division. So it's not like Denny Garcia isn't fighting Keith Thurman. So he's kind of doing his own thing, and if it's on free TV,
he's always been. That's what I'm saying. When you sign to Bob, you live in Bob's world.
Is Jeff Horn the worst opponent since Manny Pacquiao's fought Eric Morales?
Who knows, Matt? The point is, when you sign to Bob, you live in the Bob world. You fight Bob fighters.
Eric
Morales? His worst opponent in years. Worst opponent.
Eric Morales?
No. Worst, like in all the fights since he fought Eric Morales, is Jeff Horn the worst fight Manny Pacquiao's had?
I don't know. You tell us.
Yes,
I think so.
Well, I would say he's the least deserving.
Okay, so if that is
true, Algieri was pretty bad at the time. He only
deserved
had Shawn in the main event.
But at least Algieri had a legitimate title and
had the Provodnikov win.
Hey, let's say that this is his fight, this worst fight since Morales. That's a long fucking time ago. Let the dude get a soft one, man.
But there could be a soft one, but not this soft. This is like the softest of the soft. I mean, like the only thing worse than this is a Rod Salka.
That's baby shit
or
soft.
Alexander
That's
Brand.
baby shit soft.
Why are we mad when we know that he cannot pick from any of the other welterweights? All his options.
But he doesn't have to pick a welterweight. He can pick a light welterweight. He can pick fucking Victor Postal, and I would be less upset.
Come on, man. You're just being ridiculous now. Victor Postal.
Fucking Jeff Horn, man. Like, when people talk about Spence fighting Jeff Horn, I laughed. When people talk about Kell Brook fighting Jeff Horn, I laughed because that was talked about a few months ago.
Well,
now Manny Pacquiao is going to fight Jeff Horn. It's extremely laughable. Because Manny Pacquiao is the second greatest of his generation, and because he's the second greatest, we hold him to a higher standard.
But we have short memory, though. We have short memory as
hipster.
If you don't look 1 second, if you don't look back in history, right? Floyd Mayweather. People need to stop comparing people to him because, again, it's annoying because it's like nobody's good because Floyd Mayweather's the best. It sounds stupid because there could be great fighters. There are fighters who arc. And maybe Manny Pacquiao's arc is not where it used to be, but he's taking this Jeff Horn fight. If it's free TV, I'll probably watch it if I'm not doing anything, right? I don't still take him that seriously. And then if Manny Pacquiao gets a bigger fight, whatever. It's not affecting my life negatively at all. He's not taking away network time. He's not taking away fighters. So Jeff Horn, whatever. I don't need to be so negative about this.
He's hurting his legacy, though. Just like when everyone blamed Mayweather for Berto, people are going to blame and call out Pacquiao for picking Jeff Horn. And Jeff Horn's a way worse opponent than Berto.
We had to pay for it.
Come on, get out of here.
That's why I blamed it.
But Matt,
you hated Berto. You hated Berto Mayweather, and Jeff Horn.
Because it was pay-per-view.
10 times worse.
It was pay-per-view. It was $70.
Yo, he doesn't get it.
Or $80.
Forget that it was pay-per-view.
It doesn't matter about pay-per-view to me. It really doesn't.
Just forget that it was pay-per-view. Just remember that he did it. And Pacquiao will do it. And Canelo will do it. And Golovkin did it. When you get to a certain level, you do it. Cotto's doing it. He's been doing it. Kirkland, Gill, even Sergio Martinez. When you're the A side, you use your power, man. You got to maximize. Stop living in a fantasy world. Talking about Victor Postal.
But since Pacquiao, hold on. Pacquiao's claim to fame is that he didn't duck anyone like Mayweather.
No, Mr. Hipster. It's the same trainer. Freddie trains both Victor and Pacquiao.
I just threw out Victor Postal's name. It doesn't matter. But Manny Pacquiao's claim to fame is that he fought Margarito. He fought all these guys at the right times that Mayweather didn't. Right? That's what all the Pac-tards all talk about is how Manny Pacquiao fought the guys when Mayweather didn't. Now he's taking a cherry that's worse than Andre Berto. Come on, get out of here. Come on.
All right. I mean, look, I'm not going to deny that I guess it could be perceived as a cherry pick, but I don't see him picking. It's slim pickings on the Bob Arum side. You're saying don't pick Jeff Horn, who's a natural welterweight. Instead, go down there and pick 104. That's a cherry pick. That's a cherry pick.
Bob Arum's working with Al Haymon guys right now, right? Why not Felix Diaz Jr.? That's better.
That makes no money.
None. Jeff Horn.
And how many international calls did we get that say they didn't hear about Jeff Horn? Apparently, Jeff Horn isn't that big of a name.
Well,
not in Bob Arum's eyes. You think Bob Arum went to China, man? You think you know more than him?
The only thing that makes sense, I guess this is the only other thing I'm thinking, that the time zones are very similar to the Asian market over in Australia. So that could make some sense. Maybe they have similar TV deals with the Asian market. I mean, like, you act like you people are like shitting on Bob Arum for this and that and whatever the fuck, right? The thing is, Bob Arum saying that he's not willing to put up a flat fee for Manny Pacquiao unless he's willing to make money. I mean, who the fuck else would do that? Ness, would you be willing to put up money and lose it if you know you're going to lose money? I just don't get it. Like, we beg for these fights to happen, but if they don't make sense, they can't make sense. Like, promoters are people. They need to make money, just like the boxers do. Again.
Hold on. We're not promoters, right? So we don't give a shit about promoters making money. We want the best fighting the best, period. That's
but
what
we see if it doesn't make money, the fight's not viable.
That's why we laud fights like Keith Thurman versus Sean Porter.
Matthew, because your version of best is Pacquiao versus Victor Postal. Let me just get to the calls.
No, it's not. It's Terence Crawford. Come on, get out of here. I just said Victor Postal is better than fucking Jeff Horn because that's true.
Tone from Chicago, help us, please.
What's up, fellas? I'm not gonna be much help here with the Jeff Horn situation, but I do want to touch on Manny Pacquiao and Terence Crawford. I think Terence Crawford has his moment here to have his Floyd Mayweather moment of just like when Floyd fought Oscar. Floyd was taking less money. Oscar was the diva in the fight. Oscar was the A side, taking more money. Ended up being a good competitive fight that Floyd won. His skills came out and people saw his skills, and from there on he became the pay-per-view king. So I'm not saying it's going to be exactly the same for Terence, but I'm saying it's a similar situation in the fact that he can do the same. He can definitely he can beat Pacquiao. Start off by taking less money, then beat Pacquiao, show the world what he's got. And it's going to be a big platform because it's going to, a fight like that would make at least 500,000 pay-per-view buys, I would assume. And that would be his claim to fame. And from there, he just ascends upward and upward and onward from there. So I think, in my opinion, I think Terence should just take a little less money, $4 million, whatever. I don't know. If he didn't take 7, take 4 or 5, whatever they're willing to give him, and just go out there and show what he's got. As far as Jeff Horn, I have no idea who that guy is. I need to hear that soundbite again because I really have no idea who that guy is.
Who the
I don't even know if he's black or white, but that's it. But after today, I'm definitely going to do a little research and I'll try to find him on YouTube and just see what he's got. But if it's a free fight, I got no problem with it. I'll watch it. I'll watch anything that's free. So if it's a free fight, I'm going to tune in. But still, it's a little disappointing that Pacquiao's fighting a guy like that who a lot of boxing fans have no idea who the guy is. So it's a little disappointing that he's fighting a nobody. But, I get it. He's Manny Pacquiao. He does what he wants. He deserves to do what he wants. And he's been in the game long enough, and he's beat a lot of the top names over the years. So that being said, I mean, I'll tune in, but that's about it. Other than that, that Soulja Boy Chris Browne fight, I would tune in. I know both guys. I'm familiar with both guys. My wife brought it up to me as well earlier, just like another earlier caller said, thanks to TMZ. So thanks to TMZ, she brought it up to me, and that's how I found out. And then I was surprised to hear you guys talking about it. So it's actually kind of entertaining that you guys are talking about it. But I would tune in for that. And my money would be on Chris Browne.
Everybody's betting on Chris.
Better skill. He's got a little better skill than Soulja Boy, man. So
Soulja Boy,
that's my call, fellas, and I appreciate the show.
Thanks again, Tone. Thanks for calling in. Shout out to your wife, man, being on top of that boxing gossip news. You see what I'm saying? See, I don't feel so bad. I swear, when I was thinking of these topics, I'm like, oh my God, they're all gonna laugh at me. All my co-hosts are gonna laugh at me, but you guys didn't laugh. That's good. That's good. Let me get to some other callers here. We got Carmelo, Chicago.
Hey, man. Hey, y'all hold this L for the show early. Y'all hijacked the show this early, man. I was on that 55 minutes. Y'all was arguing. I didn't get to talk. So hold that L, man. Now let me get it quick here. Ward, man, Ward talking about retire. I like Ward a lot. But if Ward don't fight that rematch, man, I'm gonna be disappointed. That ain't really fair, man. It was a close fight. He could have went either way. I'm gonna continue to say he could have went either way. But you got to get a man a rematch when the fight that close, and you can't just be like, well, if I don't get paid right now, look, man, just go ahead and get a dude the rematch and let that settle the whole thing. And if you're gonna retire, then that's gonna look cowardly, and you're gonna have a lot of fans out here questioning, what the question was. As far as Pacquiao, Jeff Horn, I don't know who Jeff Horn is. The only time I heard of Jeff Horn is when he was mentioned to fight Errol Spence, I think, for the IBF eliminator.
Who the fuck?
Other than that, with the Jeff Horns, I mean not the Jeff Horn, but the Pacquiao Crawford, do the negotiations really work like that, man? Like, oh, he said he wants 20. Yeah, he said he wants 7. Oh, he ain't getting a fight. I'm pretty sure Pacquiao, he say he wants 7. No, we say it's only worth 5. And, who the fuck? The fight just dead, and they automatically say he's not gonna go on because he priced himself out or whatever they want to say is ducking. But I call it negotiations. Pacquiao wants 20, Crawford wants 7. Okay, Pacquiao, you take 17 or 18, and Crawford, you take 3.5, 4. That's negotiations. Go back to make the fight. As far as Chris Browne and Soulja Boy, man, it looks funny, man. But Chris Browne looked like he be in shape, and he looked pretty athletic. He be flipping, and he been dancing around for years. And Soulja Boy, besides him doing that crank that, I saw the video of him working out, man. He looked like a granny on that bike and doing them pull-ups or them chest, whatever he was on, the Smith machine. I don't know, man. He
but Soulja Boy has an Ed in the gunplay.
You get in that ring.
The Soulja Boy's hard, man. He got gunplay, right? Oh. That's what he's saying.
Well, no, not even that. Like, you understand? If he come from a street dude, he come from a street aspect. Even though it's cowardly to pick up guns, you can't really question. Like, if you've been in street fights, I'm pretty sure those guys been in street fights. Anybody come from the inner city, you street fights just by guys talking shit. Going to school talking about the shoes, calling your mama, whatever. But it's cowardly pick up guns. But his skills as far as boxing, from what I've seen him throwing shadow boxing and punching, he looked like he just trying to street fight. And Chris Browne, he just looked a little bit more athletic to me. To my eyes, he looked like he'd be in shape. And like I said, he's been flipping around and dancing for years. So I'm pretty sure he'll be in shape. And I got Chris Browne. Probably, I say he'll stop Soulja Boy. They do 6 rounds, he'll stop.
No, this is gonna be the stance. They're gonna come up like this. They're gonna put the stance is gonna be like way out here. And since they're like both afraid to get hit in the face, especially Soulja Boy, they're gonna be like ducking their head back. It's gonna look terrible, but it might look better. It might look better than Ronda Rousey striking.
You gotta give Chris Browne more credit. You ever see that movie with him, T.I., Idris Elba? Takers. He did all his own stunts, so that means that he's at least legit.
Yeah, he could dance.
Yeah, so he could run like a.
I'm picking Chris. I'm picking Chris. I don't know. Is Floyd Mayweather? I'll tell you what Floyd Mayweather's doing. He's saying he's putting 100 stacks on Soulja Boy, but
isn't he training Soulja Boy?
Yo, listen.
And I got Soulja Boy by a controversial.
Floyd put out a video.
Split decision.
He got him on the IV hookup.
Yo, Floyd put out a video with Soulja Boy, and it was like, "Yo, Floyd, I'm here with my Money Boy Flavor." And he was like, "Yeah, we getting that money." He was like, "Floyd, you gonna do the fight?" He's like, "We getting that money." He's like, "Floyd, we gonna beat up Chris Browne?" "We getting that money." "Floyd, you gonna put it on pay-per-view?" "We getting that money." That's all Floyd said was money, money, money. So I guess he's going for the money.
Yeah, but I think that they're going to convince that there's going to be a line open in Vegas. A betting line, and I think that Floyd, not himself because he's smarter than that, I think he's going to get some unknown name guy to put a lot of money on Chris Browne, because I mean, fucking Soulja Boy, but he does have more tattoos, right, Ness?
Hey, the way he said it though, you're like, because I mean, Soulja Boy, fucking laughing at.
Yo, I know that Chris Browne better not get beat up by no.
I just think, I think times have changed, and I think most of these rappers they should just really try to be artists, not try to be hard, because they're all like, I mean, you saw Kanye West, how he reacted when he I
think we're sidestepping the main question. The main question is, how does this change the game going forward? Who
Well, again, if they do it properly, but they're already not doing it properly. They're already thinking fast, right? They're already trying to do an independent pay-per-view separately. They're already putting up flyers with pay-per-view. They should do this, like, for instance.
Yo, the Shane Mosley was independent.
They need to slide this like on the Badu Jack card, the next TMT card, you know?
You know what they should do?
Matt got a little soundboard. He thinks he's a genius now.
Yo, I feel like they should make instead of the next Rock Nation card, instead of a concert, we should have this.
Big Brother Numsay. Big Brother Numsay, going once, going twice, made the job faster for us. BJ from Minnesota.
What's going on, Boxing Voice? Ness.
What up?
I see that you got MD in the house. What's up, MD? Just to speak on the topics at hand. Now, Jeff Horn, maybe not the most notable opponent. I'll give you that. I'll definitely say he's not the most notable opponent. Maybe not even the best opponent. But I'm one of those people who think of theories, or I think of other ways that he may be trying to sell this. Now, just to take everyone back. Now, you remember when Floyd Mayweather was fighting Berto, when the promotion came out for Berto, he at first said he was going to put it on free TV. Am I right? I'm asking everyone this.
That is correct, because that's exact. I said yes.
All right. And then later on, he flipped and he put it on pay-per-view. Now, it's been as of late, Manny Pacquiao has been making quotes and has been kind of picking at Floyd about not caring about the fans, correct?
Sure. Yes.
All right. Now, I think in a sense, him announcing this fight with Jeff Horn and saying it would be on free TV is a way to poke at Floyd for not sticking by not doing what he said he was going to do. Now, of course, Mayweather.
I think Floyd Mayweather would laugh at this.
It's a whole other situation. I'm sorry, what was that?
I think I hear what you're saying, but I think at the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather would laugh at this. Whereas if he fought Terence Crawford, Floyd could not laugh at that.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to say. Now, him, Floyd Mayweather caring is a whole nother topic altogether. But this may be his way of poking at him. And of course, with the quote-unquote pack cards, they're going to bring that up, and they're going to make that a point of why we need to make this happen. We gave you a free fight. Well, Mayweather, why didn't you give us your free fight? What happened with that? I think this is a way to turn the fans against Floyd Mayweather and any other promotions he may have going forward. I think this is a ploy. But I think it's the best opponent? No. But I will say that Terence Crawford would have been the best opponent. And of course, with Terence Crawford saying that he wanted $7 million, whatever the case may have been, I think that he should have just taken whatever he got. Because there was at one point in time when Floyd Mayweather only took 25% to fight Oscar. And the same thing with Manny. You got to become a cash cow, you got to beat the cash out. So that's how I see it. And I think that Terence Crawford really just needs to go ahead and do it, because that's going to only add a name to his resume and make him the better fighter when Danny, the guy that he's going against and the guy that he doesn't like, turned down the fight. He could have took the fight and he could have been in a bigger position than Danny Garcia himself. And as far as the other fights, I know that the top dog guy, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he was the one that beat Edwin Rodriguez, but then turned around and lost to Stevenson. Because I always get him mixed up with the other one that lost to Willie Nelson. Because I know there's a Williams and there's a Harrison.
Harrison, yeah.
So if I'm right,
you're correct. You're correct.
Yeah, so I always get the two mixed up. I always get those two mixed up. But but the one I'm talking about, I believe the one that's going to be fighting was the one who beat Edwin Rodriguez. But I think that it will be a compelling fight for many reasons, because Marcus Browne is more or less he's not very skilled, but he's slick enough to, throw that jab at him enough to kind of keep him off balance, because we know that with Top Dog, he likes to plant his feet and throw those hard shots. And then the Marco Huck fella, I know about him because I know that he got a fight sometime last year, and it was a real big fight. It was a big deal where him and another guy was going back and forth. I can't remember the guy he fought, but it was a big fight. It was a real good fight. I just can't remember the guy he fought, but I would like to see him again. And the biggest and important topic for me is Andre Ward, because I've been following him for years. That's one of my favorite guys, right? That's one of my favorite guys. And if you ask me personally, he was right there behind Floyd. But with this last fight that he had with Kovalev, I mean, you can say what you want. Everybody has their opinion, and that's fine. If you chose Kovalev to win, that's fine. If you thought Ward won, that's fine, because it was that close. And I think that this is another ploy for Andre Ward for him to get more money, because he's the champ. I don't think he retires, and I don't think he plans on even retiring. This is a ploy for him to try to switch the contract around for him to get more money. Now, does it happen? I don't know. But more or less, he needs to give Kovalev that fight to prove that he's won legitimate.
Cut it. BJ, thanks for calling in, brother. We're giving everybody 3 minutes around here. It's been a while since you called in, so I do hate to cut you off, but that is the way it is. But I want to tell everybody, well, I guess I'm going to just go to this caller because he's been waiting. Then I'll get to that little public service announcement, right?
Long Beach in the house. Yeah.
Matt.
JP, what up?
What up, bro?
Dude, JP, you're a ghost, man. We haven't hung out in a bit.
Oh, no doubt, man. Come through tomorrow. I put them ribs on the grill. But yo, man, I think y'all got Chris Browne fucked up, man. Do you guys understand that Chris Browne does standstill fucking backflips? You understand how much core strength and explosiveness that takes? The dude is like 6'2". He can ball like a motherfucker. I don't think Chris Browne is to be the guy you want to be catching a fade with. Secondly, another thing that really grinds my gears, and a boxing chiropractor over there just said it. I hate when people say, oh, the guy's just fighting for money. Like, what the fuck is he supposed to be fighting for? The next person that says that, I want you to go to your job the next day and tell your boss you're going to work that day for pride, okay? Because I don't see nobody working for pride.
Let me clarify, fighting for money and not being a legitimate towards the top of your weight class. In other words, he's not trying to actually compete for where, like the supremacy at the weight class he's fighting at. Does that make sense? Is that a better way to clarify it?
And I got that. And so that's where I think lines get blurred. And I think it's our fault, because we never let boxers be humans. They're like these things of our fantasy that we want them to just go in there and die. And that's why you see guys like Amir Khan, who questionably you could argue that his career may be over, especially after the next fight. If he loses, if he takes a L, a knockout, he's done. So you got to have some of these in-between fights. All the greats have. We just romanticize the past. They all did it. Hagler fought a bunch of bums. Chavez fought tons of bums. And they all did it. So that's just what it is, bro. But Manny Pacquiao, my favorite fighter by far currently in the game. Miles ahead of everyone else. Nobody else has a resume in the game that is even close, anywhere comparable to Manny Pacquiao. And another thing about him, I still think he has some greatness left. I told Matt that. I think Manny, I'm picking Manny versus Garcia. I'm picking Manny versus Porter. I think he'll struggle against top-tier boxers who can punch and jab like Thurman and Crawford. But all those other guys who don't have the expertise like that, Manny is too much for him, dude. He's still Manny Pacquiao. His decline hasn't been steep. He fell off from that plateau when he was breaking orbital bones, but now the decline, he's kind of stayed even, and he's still a top-tier fighter. I can't wait to see more from him in 2017.
JP, thanks for calling in, bro. We going straight out to Ali from Dago. Ali, talk to me.
What's happening with it, man? Oh. Yeah, man. Hello?
Yo, Ali, we hear you, man.
Ali,
you can go.
Oh, for stuff. So,
Actually, we don't hear you, Ali. Go to a window.
No, we don't. My bad. My bad.
You sound like you're going through some sort of tornado in Dago. We're going to M Stacks. Talk to us.
What's going on, y'all?
What's up?
I was hoping y'all. First of all, MD, man, you said you was in Virginia Beach, man. What bar you was at? I remember you saying that on another podcast the other day.
That specific time, I was at Dave & Buster's.
Dave & Buster's. I knew it. I used to work there. That's why I watched the Ward Kovalev fight. But
That's the, yeah. Not what's the mall? Military, right?
Yeah. Yeah, mostly military out here.
No, I was gonna say the name of the mall, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The name of the mall, yeah. But this Jeff Horn Pacquiao fight, I mean, at first, I was outraged, but at the same time, I don't think he's selling this fight to, I guess, the American public, so to speak. Kind of like how he did Brandon Rios in Macau. He's not really selling this fight to the U.S., I guess. I guess this would be sold to maybe the people down under, Australian public, maybe. Do Australian people know who Jeff Horn is?
No, I mean, I think he's trying to somehow come up with some type of deal to. I mean, again, this is all speculation, but they're doing something. Well, I guess.
Bob Arum did say that he wanted Manny Pacquiao to go on a world tour and sort of like go fight guys in their home country, sort of like Muhammad Ali did towards the end of his career. Bob Arum did say that. I don't know if that's just promoter talk or if that's actually the plan, is to have Manny Pacquiao travel the world and fight all over the place.
It sounds like a good plan. It just, the one thing I think a lot of fans are outraged about is that Pacquiao still has a belt at welterweight, and that he's taking that belt on his tour with him. And
90 seconds.
Well,
unified like Thurman, and
if he fights this guy and then fights another guy after, is that much different than a lot of these guys who fight once a year in the first place?
Well, that's the thing. Pacquiao's been doing this routine for a while. I mean, who the hell was Chris Algieri, man? I mean, let's be honest, man. What's he done at welterweight? Nothing. He's Brandon Rio.
60 seconds.
I mean, after this, it's going to be something other, no name.
Yeah, and I'll tell you another thing I was thinking about was
a catch weight.
Yeah, that according to a lot of sources, that Manny Pacquiao has, like, I can't see now still, but he has IRS issues. That would for sure avoid IRS issues if he fought in Australia.
Good point.
I'm not a. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, I just think there's a different angle. I don't think his intention is to make this fight real pleasing to us in the U.S. at least, at the very least. I mean, I don't think Jeff Horn's really world known, but at least in Australia, maybe they can sell something.
10 seconds.
He's in some IRS trouble, and that's why he's taking, all these money fights. Because I mean, the Vargas fight, the Bradley 3 fights, 2016 was money fights only for Pacquiao. Bradley, I mean, you guys can talk about his resume all day, but if you fought a guy 3 times, you're in the ring with someone for 24 rounds, you know how to beat that guy, you know? And that's what made it a cherry pick.
Yeah, but then you could also argue that that guy knows how to beat him, right?
No, because Bradley never won either of those fights in the popular opinion. That's why.
No, I mean, I disagree with that.
So, yeah.
But like the Marquez.
Marquez, I mean, Marquez had to fight him twice just to, you know, get a handle on him, like talking about, really. I mean, the first fight was a draw, and, you know, that was everything, you know, what a draw is, the first fight. The second fight, you know, looked like Marquez was figuring this guy out, you know, and then, you know, the third fight, I thought Marquez won, and the fourth fight, everyone knows he won.
I agree with you on that with the third fight, but I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know why people hate on that trilogy, because I guess besides the third fight, which wasn't that good, all those other fights were like
they hate on
amazing.
They hate on that trilogy because of the timing, because everyone wanted to see the Mayweather fight, and when he picked Marquez again, he could have fought Floyd. Floyd was available, and Pacquiao was available, which was rare.
Yeah. But I'm saying I don't know why people hate on like. I like trilogies.
He was, because look at Amir Khan. He doesn't have a belt, and he's going around fighting everybody.
M Stacks, you got your round. Damn.
The reason why people hate on the trilogy, MD, is because the third fight came right after the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, right? And everyone hated that bout. And when Mayweather went, the third Bradley fight happened after the Mayweather.
Oh, no. I'm talking. No, I did not like that third Bradley fight.
What fight were we talking about?
The 4 Marquez fights.
Oh, okay.
People go. I think that people, when they go, oh, he fought Marquez 4 times. I think at least 3 of those fights we remembered for a long time. So let's not.
I still think they should make a 5th one. Personally speaking,
Marquez is not boxing.
He's doing PEDs.
All right, let me get to some calls. We got some alumni on the line, brother. We got alumni. Let's get to them.
I told y'all a long time ago, the curtain will go down 3 rounds.
Next, I got milk, baby.
Yeah, the milkman is back for the final call of the evening. Listen, man. First of all, y'all talking about Andre Ward, one of my favorite fighters of the last few years. But if he retires, man, it's gonna leave a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth, because Ward prides himself as an honorable guy. He talks about being a man of God and honoring himself and his family and shit. And it's just gonna look like a bitch move, to be honest with you. Not honoring the contract, talking about, you know, the numbers gotta be right. Nah, fuck all that. You signed the contract, let the man get the rematch. As far as Pacquiao is concerned, you know, they should bring up a good point. A lot of people that are in the top 10 of the welterweight division are under the Al Heyman stable. Now, Bob and Al said that Bob said they're open to doing business. So the Thurmans and the Shawn Porters and I believe Berto, is he under Al Heyman? All those guys. Can they not do business? Is that not the deal? Because if they can't, then I mean, a fight with Jeff Horn, I guess, kind of makes sense, because
they can.
He's
Listen,
Milkman. Guy.
They can do business, but you look at the guys that Bob chose to do business with. John Molina. He's not gonna get a Thurman. The only name that they
What about Amir Khan?
The only name that they said openly, was Amir Khan. Bob has mentioned Amir Khan, but we know Amir Khan can easily price himself out. He can easily, especially after doing 600,000 with Canelo, he's gonna think he's a fucking star for real. And then Danny allegedly priced himself out with 4. Now Crawford priced himself out with 7. So it's like you got to take 2.5 to fight Pacquiao, or you ain't getting in there.
That's bullshit.
And the caller asked about
that's bullshit. Don't say that. Don't say that.
The caller asked about Kell Brook.
And the
Caller, you asked about Kell Brook. He's not with Al Heyman. He's only with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, but he's still been
Okay,
lobbying
yeah.
for
And
the
the-
fight, and with that belt, you know, they'll do some business with that belt. It'll be a unification for sure.
Pacquiao doesn't want Brooke though. We all know that.
Yeah, because that's a tough fight. Bob don't want to talk no tough fight.
Yeah, just like Khan
That's
doesn't
why
want
they're not
Brooke.
going to actually negotiate the Crawford bout. That's why it's a duck.
You guys are phone jacking. We're a horrible team of phone jackers.
But you know, it's all good. But look, the last point I wanted to make, I told y'all a couple of days ago that I'm tired of the Pac-Man train. You know, for a couple of reasons. One, ever since he broke Margarito's orbital bone, he hasn't had that killer instinct. So for me, when I watch Pacquiao, I feel like I'm watching a guy who has the ability to finish these guys and go out in like a spectacular fashion, but he just isn't doing it. And for me, that's just not entertaining, right? It would be different if he was just a little over the hill and he couldn't pull the trigger. I just feel like he doesn't want to hurt guys. I've heard Freddie Roach say that shit. Well, you know, I don't know if Manny doesn't like hurting guys and shit. So for me, man, if you ain't in the business to fucking lay that shit down on the line and just retire, dog. You know,
Are you a Floyd fan?
Manny to see, huh?
Are you a Floyd fan?
Yeah.
Don't you think that he could have hurt Berto in his last fight?
Floyd has broken hands though. Come on, man. It's a different comparison.
No, you know, I watch Floyd for a different reason. When I watch Floyd to see if somebody can push Floyd, because I know the type of fighter Floyd is now at this stage in his career. So when I watch Floyd, I'm looking to see can somebody crack that code. When I watch Pacquiao, I'm watching Pacquiao because I know he can fucking decimate guys. He has the ability to do that. So for him not to, and he has the ability to, it's just not entertaining for me. I think he should just fucking retire, man. He's fighting these guys 12, 13 ranked nobody's even heard of. He can beat the fuck out of guys, but he's not going to do it. You know, if he fought Jeff Horn and let him go 12, what's the fucking point? I'm not
Jesse Vargas top 5.
Fucking pity pat, man.
Jesse Vargas is top 10. Okay, he's top 10. I don't like Jesse Vargas, but he's top 10. And Porter's top 5. So we fought a top 5 and a
maybe.
Not Porter. I meant Bradley. So he fought a top 5 and a top 10. Now I'm not making this an excuse, but the bar that we set for Pacquiao should be high, and it is high. But this would be by far the worst fight that he's taking. So it still is better than some of the PBC welterweights who fight once a year.
There's no need to compare it to PBC fighters.
No, it is. It is.
We're comparing Manny Pacquiao to his own resume and his own legacy. That's the only thing we're comparing it to is Manny Pacquiao to himself and his own legacy of not ducking and not taking cherry picks. But yet recently, in the later half of his career after the Marquez knockout, he's been taking a lot of cherry picks for a reason.
Yeah, I think that he didn't want to fight a big puncher because he was waiting for that Mayweather fight. And I think Manny Pacquiao is a human being and could get knocked out. And you cannot say that it wasn't at least smart because
I'm not arguing that, though. I'm arguing from a fan's perspective. I'm arguing from I want to see the best fight the best. So if I want to see the best fight the best, then I don't want to see Pacquiao versus Jerry. I don't want to see Pacquiao versus Rios. I don't want to see Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn. And I don't want to see Pacquiao versus these no names. You know, even like a top 15 name I'd be okay with, you know, even if it was like a Sammy Vasquez, you know, I'm just throwing out names, you know, like I would be less.
How is Sammy Vasquez better than Horn?
I think
not. Horn
off the eye test, off purely the eye test, he is a better
eye test. These callers. Let me get to these callers. Josue from the Lower Oregon. I've been talking you up for a couple of shows now, brother.
Oh, have you? Yep. Oh, cool. Yeah, man. Thanks. Yeah, bro. I've been on vacation, so I haven't had time to get, listening to the podcast because I just got back to work, so back to regular schedule where I could listen to podcasting. But this whole time I was on vacation. But yeah, man. Thanks for that, bro. And as far as Manny Pacquiao, fuck Manny Pacquiao. His next opponent should be a chimpanzee or a gorilla or even a hyena, something like that. If he wants to make it a big payday, I think I'll pay for that, and that's pretty much all I got, man. Fuck Manny Pacquiao.
All right. At least he's true.
I think he should fight the winner of Chris Browne, Soulja Boy.
He never likes Pacquiao, that's for sure. 313. 313, you're up.
What's going on? Yeah, I guess the Manny Pacquiao Terence
Who's this?
good to be true or whatnot. This is Zoe.
Who?
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo. What's going on? Where you calling in from?
Yeah. Portsmouth, Virginia. I just wanted to say though that this is why I really like Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? Because he came back. Like people have their differences as far as the Kovalev fight, but
Lorenzo, speak up just a little bit, brother. Just a little bit. It's hard to hear you.
I said this is why I really like Andre Ward, you know, as a fighter, and that, you know, and just his performance. People can say what they want to say, but I feel like because he's going to fight Kovalev again, I think he's going to give him a rematch. You know, it's just to get more money, but you know, I think he's really going to go and fight Kovalev, and he's going to fight Adonis Stevenson and try to clean out the division. As far as Manny Pacquiao, like I said, he's got to a later time in his career, so he's kind of coasting right now. You know, I was hoping that the Crawford fight would happen, and that you could see, if he loses, you could see a change in the rings and bringing a new star. But like I say, Crawford is going to have to take the amount of money offered to him to get that fight. You know what I'm saying? Because if Crawford doesn't fight Pacquiao, it's not really going to be anybody out there available for him to be a bigger name until late next year or early 2018. You know what I'm saying? So I think sometimes you have to take the money that's presented to you. Like I said, it's, you know, as far as, you know, what boxing is doing, you know, like they said, they hurting their own brand, you know. So you had a weak 2016, you know what I'm saying? So it's imperative that you get every fight made in 2017 that you can, you know what I'm saying? But it, you know, it is what it is, it's boxing. But like I said, you know, it's, you know, Ward and you know, he, like I said, they made the fight easily. You know, he consistently has taken and beaten, you know, top guys at 168 pounds, fighting people at 175 pounds, you know what I'm saying, the things he done. So, you know, like I said, the posturing that is going on in boxing and the things going on in boxing, you know, they're hurting the sport. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I go on these shows, I continually say that they need to have like even though the Super 16 was at 168 pounds.
Hey, caller, can I ask you a quick question before you there still?
Yeah.
Did you how do you feel about the Pacquiao Horn fight?
I mean, that's a horrible fight that nobody would want to see. I mean, you can call it what it is, but you know.
How'd you feel about the Ward Brand fight?
Ward what fight?
The Ward Brand fight.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Andre Ward fight.
Andre Ward versus Alexander Brand. It was on HBO before the Barrera fight, or no, after the Barrera fight. No, all right. No.
Okay.
I thought the last person he fought was Sullivan Barrera. Yeah.
No, there was a guy in between. So the point I'm trying to make is that if Manny Pacquiao fights Crawford after that, or Thurman or Mayweather or whatever, can we not be as critical as we are now? Because Andre Ward did it, and a lot of other fighters do it. Just like, you know, so is that a fair thing to make? I'm asking you that. I'm not saying you're not saying.
Well, no, I thought the reason he took the 3 fights was just as a coming back off of a 2-year layoff.
Okay. No, I hear that. I mean, I think that but my thing is, like, he went from a good 175 pounder to a shitty 175 pounder. And then he went to the best 170 pounder. So,
but with a guarantee of fighting Sergey Kovalev,
because
no guarantee.
Yeah, it was a
fighting
fight.
Crawford or Thurman.
He did that 800K to feed his family because we all care about his money.
Ali from Dago, your reception any better? And that is a no, sir. It's me on the NK. No, sir. Finally, we're done. I'm burning up over here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just letting you know. It's been a long day.
Did you let the spliff get on your sweatpants or something?
It's just been a long day, you know what I'm saying? And
you know what I'm saying?
Talked a lot of boxing today. Definitely prepared people for the weekends for sure. All you guys who got kids who are Bit of brats. Put your headsets on. You know what I mean? Over the weekends.
And you know, you guys should do. Let me encourage all of you, all the people that have social media, that you should use your social media and press Terence Crawford on these numbers, because right now it's looking like Terence Crawford said 7 and Bob said no. But social media is a motherfucker, and I think if that's the truth, then Terence Crawford needs to clear that air because he hasn't said anything otherwise. So, you know, we are.
Terence Crawford doesn't use Twitter that much. Let's be real. Come on, man. All he talks about on Twitter is like the Packers.
That's not true. He was affected.
That's all he talks about. That's all he talks about.
He was affected by social media. When Angel Garcia was talking that shit, he had that say no to drugs.
And then Danny ducked him.
Let me clear something up real quick. Because my man Cut Wessie talking about where is it? Where's the comment here? Where it says, "Don't back out the fight, Ness." Yo, first of all, we're gonna need 25 RSVPs.
This is stupid.
Or there won't be no sparring match, okay? And once we get that, then we can negotiate sparring matches. But Cut West, man, that would be entertaining for the viewers that are coming. I'm just saying, that would be entertaining. I don't know if it'll be fun for you though, you know. But I will not back down. That is for sure. I am here accepting the challenge. So, that being said, I'm your host, NesGto.
You're serious, you got?
Huh?
You're serious, Ness got?
Yeah, like the music's off. Like Ness got like, nah, like fuck this guy. Like I'm gonna beat him up, basically. Like subliminally messaging, you know, like
no. I mean,
that was the polite way of saying fuck off, Cut West. Like, come on.
No. That's Ness saying I ain't no bitch.
Same thing.
No. That's necessary. I'm tired. Look at me. I'm tired already. It's been a long
shit.
MD is young, man. He's fucking young, man. Student and shit. He said he was on that Tyson Fury. You know, he chilling. Not me. I'm ready to hit the knapsack. I need to shower and eat. That being said, follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you want. And my co-host.
You can follow me at BoxingMD1 on the Twitter.
You can find me at Mixed Combat News and at Mixed Combat Radio on Twitter and Facebook.
That's like the worst social media handle anyone could have.
Maybe he comes from a mixed background, so you know.
First off, I do. Secondly,
exactly.
That Twitter handle was made because of the website I was going to make, so that's why I have that Twitter handle.
Mixed Combat. Yo, that name sounds like when you say it, you got to be like this, like Mixed Combat. Doing some corny karate moves and shit. Oh my God, MMA. You guys talked a lot of MMA today, man. That's not nice, ganging up on me like
hey,
that.
You have the Conor McGregor soundbite. Don't blame us. You're the one that knows about some news about UFC stuff. You're the one that brought that up. Like, I know that.
Because Conor is like Floyd, right? Like, you know, just to do a
I'll put it this way. Me and MD brought up Cody Garbrandt, and you're like, yeah, he wants to fight McGregor. How the fuck do you know about Cody Garbrandt?
I didn't bring up Cody.
Brought up who?
I didn't bring up Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah, I did. Remember?
Who the fuck is that guy?
I don't know what you're talking about.
For the record, I talk about
off air.
I talk about MMA to talk about boxing again.
Talk about MMA off air because I'm gone.
Because